All right, all right. Oh man, it's gonna be a powerful show, family. Thanks
Mhm.
for joining us. I know we're a little late. I see some of y'all a little mad in the comment section.
Yeah.
Apologize
We
for
on cosmic
lateness.
time.
Um, Little Goddess, I see Little Goddess in the chat. You have the wrong Cash App. Sometimes I see you post the Cash App, and I appreciate it, but my name is spelled wrong, and it's important to spell it right because people will send their money, and it will just be in limbo. Nobody will get it.
Facts.
Magic is spelled with a K. Black Magic 363. Just
Shout
rock.
out to Little Goddess.
Yes,
No
yes.
shout
Shout out to
outs.
Little. Yeah, yeah. So family, share the video, hit like, let them know we live, man. There's some important current events. We gonna touch on, we gonna touch on a little spirituality, a little health, a little pop culture. You know how it goes down when Red and Blue Pill is here. A perspective you will not see on mainstream media. One of the greatest perspectives out there because the lens that they view things from is the lens that we need to at this point in time right now. So yeah, share the video. I'm gonna get to a couple of ads and we're gonna be right back, family.
Yo.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody for joining the option trading workshop. The download will be available next week, family. Everybody should have gotten a PDF file. If you didn't get your video, hit me up. I'm gonna be sending those out as well, family. Probably tonight or probably tomorrow, not tonight, but probably tomorrow. But thanks for everybody for joining us. Huge success. Shout out to King Simon Holistic Numeration course. Learn the Bath method. My brother got that one of the hottest courses out on numerology. You can also text them your full name and date of birth, 347-496-1022. Also, the hats that you see me wearing during the show, courtesy of Copper Child Mike L. Hit him up, Instagram, at iSkateNY, or call the brother, 212-256-1358. All right, and welcome back to the show, family. Brother Rich, a.k.a. Father Rich, a.k.a. Black Magic with Red and Blue Pill. Welcome
Yes,
back, man.
sir.
Got the twins in the building.
Yes,
Indeed.
indeed.
Peace.
Peace,
Peace
love,
to
and
the
I
light.
family.
Red
It's
Pill
been a
just made
minute.
a disrespectful comment about Dipset in the versus battle because he know I'm from Harlem. So he asked me if I was recovering. I ain't got no comment. Shout out to both of those, both of the crews. They did their thing. Obviously, the locks was superior that night, but that was like hip hop at its finest that night. So just shout out to everybody that was witness to that, man. But welcome back, man. Good to have y'all back,
Um,
man.
yes, indeed. It's an honor to be here. I hope at some point in this conversation we can go a little bit deeper into that because I view everything through the lens of metaphysics. So even what I was looking at, it was the divergence of hip hop, the two lanes, the fork road, that ultimately, what I'm saying, that fork road still it conjoined and it met itself at Madison Square Garden, but two versions of hip hop were on display and
Mm.
they bumped heads and they clashed. And hopefully, with the destruction of one side versus the other, that shattering is kind of like allowing the light of true hip hop, right?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
It was 8 days prior to his 48th birthday.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
April 3rd was 8 days shy of hip hop's 48th born day.
Mm.
A very pivotal born day. You know what I'm saying? The number 48 is very significant. This juncture point, is very key. Let's keep in the mind that, man, there's so much. You feel me? There's so much of a juxtaposition that we were looking at in that battle, especially if we are going into this 20-year period of 9/11, the anniversary of 9/11. Remember, hip hop is contingent upon the Twin Tower ritual, right?
Mm.
Case in point, and this is in my book, so you niggas out there that's thinking about stealing bars, just give it a second. Allow this information to breathe, all right? Both groups are intrinsically tied to Biggie Smalls, right? The original Twin Tower ritual in hip hop involved Tupac and Biggie, right? They were the first Twin Tower go down before the towers. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me? They were the two dominant towering figures in hip hop representing the East and the West Coast before the North and the South towers went down. They went down, right? 6 months apart, which is tantamount to, if we look at, one tower fell, then the next tower fell directly after it. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
Biggie Smalls is responsible for both groups, right? Biggie Smalls got Bad Boy on fire. He opened up that lane, and that's where the locks came through, right? The warlocks. And then he also was responsible via Mace for introducing Cameron, initially the to say,
Facts.
yo, I want to put him on as the first artist. You feel me?
Facts.
He didn't turn around. Remember, Son wrote Little C's rhyme.
And Little Kim's.
And Little Kim's. That's how Cameron got on for his pen, right? So Big kind of vicariously earmarked both of these artists to get started. You know what I'm saying? Without that cosign, without that particular impetus to get Cameron in the game, there would be no Dipset. Right? So post, after the towers fell, right? Even in the New York song, remember, Jewels was the first artist to embrace the Taliban. Right? They lost power. We never lost ours. Welcome to New York City. Remember, Son used to run around calling himself Taliban before?
Yeah, and niggas was nervous. Yeah, they was like, chill, don't say that.
And niggas was like, chill, what you doing? You bugging. How you gonna say that?
That's
It's hot out here.
Right.
So, post the falling of the towers, the physical towers now, 9/11, right? And the battle for New York that took place on 9/11, right? When the takeover drops. Hence, let's bring in Kanye. That was a beat that he made. All of the players are in play right now. So Kanye makes the takeover. When I interviewed Kanye in 2003, Kanye was like, he made that specifically because him and his Christian friends back in Chicago vehemently disliked Nas for his I Went to Hell for Snuffing Jesus at 12 lyric, right? For them, that was blasphemous. So he always wanted to get him back, okay? He made Takeover. He cooked that sauce up, you know what I'm saying, for Jigga. Blueprint comes out on 9/11, right? The day that the towers fell, that's when Blueprint comes out.
Facts.
6 months later, Ether comes out. We know the rest. You feel me? Or it wasn't even 6 months because it came out in December.
And this on his birthday, right?
Right? Yeah, it came out in December. So it wasn't that long after. Right? And then they get into what they get into. Cameron comes in afterwards. Once the Rockefeller, remember, Rockefeller was on, no one traces back the shaky foundation of Rockefeller collapsing or falling to Ether. Right? Ether's what made Damon them niggas cool on Jay-Z. Y'all don't remember that. Because people wasn't in hip hop, or you was, I don't know where your head was at in hip hop at the time. But for us that was up at them offices and had them ears to the street, this was when Big Face Gary and they had a show on WBLS and they was humming stunting. They was talking real greasy, like Harlem niggas do, subliminally about my man took a loss, but I can't take that loss with him. You feel me? Look, you will clash with mobsters, never mention Dasha Hoffa. Okay? This is when Cameron started going at Nas vicariously. It wasn't to restore the name of Jigga. It was to defend the Harlem niggas. Right? So they brought him in as a shooter at that time because Jay was looked at as like, oh shit, you got a war wound. You are potentially weak. Right? You caught an L. So Jigga, his heir to the throne status is still in question, right? Cameron becomes the Benny Blanco of New York at that time. He was the nigga who was subliminally taking shots at Jay and then ended up on his label next to him, knowing that this nigga is aggressively or passively, should I say, right, taking shots at the throne. But his man gives him the motherfucking, not only instates him at Rockefeller, but makes him the president. So what are you trying to tell this nigga that's insecure about his position his power position, knowing that his entire identity is tied into his ego. Right? He's like, oh, these niggas is lining me up. I'm pulling the plug. I'm gonna show y'all. You trying to line me? I'm gonna show you. You feel me? And he ultimately pulls the plug. Cameron embodies what the lazy king is like. You fight for the throne only to inherit a vacant throne to get on the shit and do nothing with it.
Hula hoops, ruly loops,
To
Buddha
do
boots,
nothing with it.
computer
And then you activate the first syllable rapper in hip hop. Hey, who created A? Hey. Look, biting ass niggas, leave these balls alone. Let the shit breathe at least for like 3 months. Let the book come out, and then you can run with it, right?
and you drop you
The first,
okay.
hold on, the first one syllable rapper comes into the game and he gets a pass because of his association and his affiliation. Jewels was potentially the torchbearer, right? Cam sacks the empire. He gets on a vacant throne. He was supposed to hand the shit to the heir apparent. What does the heir apparent do? He drops the ball. Cameron brings Lil Wayne in for a feature and opens the door to the South because the nigga gets scorched on Suck It or Not. When niggas is like, oh shit, that's Lil Wayne? You
Got
mean
bars.
a nigga from Cash Money?
Got
Right?
bars.
Him and Jewel's supposed to do Can't Feel My Face.
Right.
Mixtape. Jewel's now it becomes known he had a lean issue. We niggas didn't know that prior to this.
Shit, Lil Wayne had a lean issue.
Both of them did. He might have put him onto it.
Right.
But it started biting Jewel's where Jewel's started slipping. And he couldn't finish the mixtape. And then Cam came to Harlem and did the Carter. And then it was a wrap.
You said Cam came to Harlem and did the Carter?
No, I said
Weezy.
Lil
Yeah, you
Wayne
said Cam.
came to Harlem and released that classic album. And then he got access to the Carter and he released the Carter. And it was a wrap after that. Niggas was no longer looking or trying to hear what Dipset was saying. Because Son missed the opportunity and dropped the ball, and the South niggas took off. And then the syllable shit, they figured out how to finesse that a little bit better than the Harlem niggas. And then the game was never the same. Remember, the divergent lane that came out after the second 9/11 ritual where 50 Cent went up against Kanye, the hybridization of it comes by way of Cameron. Because what? Kanye's the pink polo nigga who just beat the gorilla. So then here comes Cameron, who is a pseudo gangster version of it, all in pink. So he becomes the synthesis, right, of these two divergent motherfucking lanes in hip hop. And then all of this shit is now about flash and glamour, and it's not about the bars.
The sassy gangster. He gave birth to the sassy gangster.
Sassy gangster.
You know what I'm talking about?
And here we are today. So the divergence of it is what? Lil Nas X coming out of the classy, questionable pink shit. And then Nas, right? Coming out of the King Disease lane of which lyricism has to be the order of the day. LOX. 3 days later. Classic. Right? Age ain't an issue. Niggas is having a highlight. They prime time is in a prime age. That's hip hop. 48 years. All praises due.
Excellent way to start the show, my brother. Powerful way. Shit. Powerful way to start the.
And
that was.
Let's put the cherry on the top. You drop that jewel that you dropped on us, Rich, about the anniversary of the battle.
Yeah, I had put up a post on Instagram, and I said that the energy of the battle, the verses, reminded me of the '95 Source Awards, and the people in the comment section
Death Row
said,
East,
yeah, people in the comment section was like, "Yo, It happened on the same day, August 3rd, and in the same building, Madison Square Garden. So I was like, damn, that's a hell of a coincidence right there. You know what I'm saying? Hell of a coincidence, man. So yeah, just a powerful, yeah. What you said?
20 some odd, what, 25? Wait,
about 26
years to the day.
Yeah.
To the
Right.
day.
So again, all of this is about the converging, right? Or what we call last year was the conjunction. This is the 20-year conjunction period of 9/11 and C19, which is 319. Right? So 9/11 and C19, which is 319. This is the conversion point, right? How do we know? Look at what are the echoes in the air. The conversation right now with Afghanistan and the taking of the Kabul, right? They're less than a month away from their 20th anniversary, and they lost the war.
They lost the war they lost the war worse than they lost Vietnam.
Worse than Vietnam.
This is
why you say worse than Vietnam?
Because the defeat that they just got handed to them.
Look, $4 trillion at least down the drain, if not 20 more, and somebody fucked up the poppy supply, right? So they done messed a lot up, right? You can't beat the Taliban, but you got $1 trillion to defeat COVID. Well, I gotta find a different word, right?
Yeah, you gotta come up with something else.
Yeah, C19. Is that gonna work?
But now that's deep. What you about to say, right?
Yeah, 319.
I'm just saying that Joe Biden, right?
COVID, yeah.
Who was already a lame duck president, right? Joe Biden decided that he wanted to pull the troops out, and they had a deadline in May, right? Remember, from the beginning of the war, they were always negotiating with the ops, right? And not from a standpoint to whereas America had the upper hand. So the negotiations with the Taliban fell through, and they were basically supposed to have a May to September window to allow America and their troops, America and the snitches and the informants from the Afghanistan side who call themselves the allies who worked with America, right? But in the eyes of the Taliban, you the op. You are the rats. You are the Takashis of Afghanistan. You're not a civilian. You're the Takashis of Afghanistan, right? And we're gonna put your head on a pike, right? We're gonna show the world what we do to the unloyal, right? And the Taliban was like, yeah, y'all have until September 11th to get out of here. Psych. So while these niggas was like, all right, they dragging their feet trying to get together, they advanced on the Capitol this morning. According to reports, it was supposed to be a week from now that they were supposed to reach Kabul. These niggas is in the Capitol right now. They got pictures online. It looks like the January 6th insurrection, but worse than that. They Pelosi them.
They got their feet up on the count on the
in the presidential palace.
In the presidential,
not in the Capitol. They've been took that. They're in the presidential palace. The president, that nigga took an airplane out and he bounced last night. So the scenes are I just saw a video on Twitter of the airport in Kabul. Is reminiscent of Saigon in 75 when America was airlifting personnel from the embassy out there, and you had thousands of Vietnamese screaming and crying to get airlifted because they knew when the Viet Cong advanced, and once that helicopter left, it was all over. There was nothing that anybody could do to save their lives, right? So that's the same picture that you see right now taking place in Afghanistan. They have British, they have the French, they got a whole bunch of people that are in that whoever, remember, because America tried to go over there and Americanize shit. So
Right.
all of those businesses are stuck. The personnel, a lot of the quote unquote the embassy officials, I don't know if they left anybody behind, but they
They
got
said they
caught
was
with
getting them out. Yeah.
they
Remember,
got
yeah, they
caught
had a
slipping.
coalition of they have a coalition of freedom, right?
Right.
So America gets a contingency of other countries to go in there and do the butt raping with them. So now
Right.
everybody's stuck holding the bag, and they looking at the U.S. like, who gonna rescue us? And they like, we got to get our people out.
So think about it.
We've seen this in movies
America,
before.
big bad America. Shout out to all of my GI Joes out there. Big bad America. You got whooped in Syria. You got whooped in Iraq. You got whooped in Afghanistan. What do you think? And of course, China, Iran, right? And Russia had their hands in this shit, right? More so in Syria, they couldn't really show their hands in Afghanistan because they can't, you don't show your hand. This is warfare. So now the region, right? Because America could not stay in Afghanistan just because of the geopolitical situation. You right next to China, you right on the heels of Turkey, you right on the heels of Pakistan. They like, nah, that's not what's up. Not with them, not with scheming ass America and their Zionist buddies and whatnot. So they have taken one of the biggest L's, and everybody who got all of the quote unquote leaders, the strong men, they're like, yeah, this is the end of the empire. Remember, Afghanistan, where empires go to fail and fall.
When
Russia
empires
went
go
up
to
in
fail,
where they
it
die.
is
It's
the
a graveyard of
cemetery for
empires.
empires. Yes.
That's the fact.
Shit.
That's a
Historically,
fact. Historically,
Afghanistan is the cemetery for empires. It is the
mystically,
Achilles heel. It's where you go trip up
mystically.
Nah,
and
yo.
fall in the grave and never come back.
So
So
when we
again,
say that this,
all of the writing is on the wall.
all of the writing is on the wall that the Roman, right?
Hold up.
So when we say that this is the Roman Empire, and this is reminiscent America, the beast, right? The same America that you niggas running around with popping ass calves and whatnot, and toned up legs and whatnot from your marching in the last 7 years since Mike Brown got murdered and whatnot. Yeah, the same people you was marching against, yeah, they're falling right now. All of the signs are pointing to it. If you ever were to study Rome, and if you were to ever study the decline of Rome, I've said it before, they give the alphabet, people are identifying the alphabet organizations, but they just won't call it Rome because I guess niggas is not that sharp. It's not the LBGT, it's fucking Rome. All right, let's be clear. It's Rome. That's what you see. And those people who run that shit, the behavior is indicative of what Romans do. The corruption in the Senate and all of the politics, it is indicative of what Rome does. The fact that that the citizens are marching in the streets globally.
Yeah, and Rome eats its own.
And Rome eats its own.
And that's what, this whole, again, in the window of a 20-year window, now they're putting people who are dissenters or people who have an opinion on the terror list. Right?
Right. And let's keep in mind, an illegal situation from the beginning.
So,
right?
Yeah. So they have, legislation that they have just put into play, House Resolution 4980, right, to direct the Secretary of Homeland Security to ensure that any individual traveling on a flight that departs from or arrives to an airport inside the United States or territory of the United States is fully vac against
candied up.
Yeah. See, and for other purposes, right? Shout out to Rizza Islam. I saw him speak about this first on his live. Right. So here we are. Once again, like I said, in a 20-year period, Homeland Security was created out of 9/11.
Factory.
Patriot Act was created out of 9/11. So now we are here at the culmination of that particular legislation, to see exactly what it's always been, a war on the people, right? So now Rome, just like what you call it, Kronos, right, is gonna eat its own in the face of defeat and
Right.
failure. It's going to cannibalize and eat itself. So
Right.
the
And
better
there's no
question is, yes, what do we
this
do as a people,
right.
right?
Right. And when we say Rome, I have to, I also have to say Nova Roma, right? Nova Roma. Shout out to Ross Ben. Nova Roma,
Right.
New Rome,
Yeah.
right? You have Paris, you have America, particularly Washington, D.C., and before that it was Philadelphia. But this is the new Rome that we see. Its advancements on its citizens and whatnot, like Blue said, the fact that what you could see uh them eating their young is the fact that they've altered half of the population's DNA, right? Because warfare, like Jadakiss said, and I said this on my show the other day. Let's go to the bars. I'd rather die from a bullet than a nasty bitch, right? That's a line from Jadakiss, meaning that I would rather get shot than to have something inside of me eating me up. I would rather take a bullet than to have my DNA altered because that's going to pass on to my progeny.
If you are able to pass it to your
If you're
progeny.
even
Now, yeah,
if them things is able to swim right
I
after the
just
after
yeah, I just came out the mountains, and I was doing a sweat on the Lions Gate on A8, and Spirit came to me, and it was very clear and concise. Matter of fact, it was a week ago from today. And it said they're canceling the babies,
mm,
right?
hold on, drop a bomb, Rich.
It said
They're
they are
canceling the
canceling the
babies.
babies,
That's
right?
deep, bro.
The baby is a prototype of baby boy, right? His original name was Big Baby Jesus.
Jesus, right?
He
He
wore
walked
a
around with a
diaper.
pamper, right?
He wore a diaper. We're talking about, once again, looking at things through a metaphysical lens and understanding motifs and prototypes, right?
Yes. Yes.
If you can use him as a golem, hence the fact that we saw all of the wizards, witches, and warlocks come out who
Mm,
understand golem magic. Why were
mm,
they the ones to attack him? Because he embodies a particular prototype that has to be erased. So they are
mm,
canceling the babies at a time when the sterilization project, or you know what I'm saying, is in full swing.
mm.
Yo, real quick. Let me say this real quick. This show is effing fire right now. Don't mess up by saying that shit and they take this shit. I need this shit to be up. Go ahead, Blue. Y'all killing this shit. Go ahead, Blue. Yeah, I don't want them to have no excuse. This is a classic one right here. Go ahead, Blue.
Right. So we have to be very clear at the level of sorcery that we're seeing. They have put all of the political power in the hands of people who are not interested with propagating or advancing the species, right? This is Generation Z. If they're telling you, just like with hurricanes, and they're telling you, just like with the with the 319, that they are labeling it according to letters. If you at the end at Z, where you go from there?
Mm.
Right? So you go from transgenderism to transhumanism, right? Both are contingent and dependent upon the medical and the scientific industry,
Mm-hmm.
right? You can't do anything without either. So who are we dealing with and what are we dealing with? And why is the program so strong? They are canceling the
The babies.
babies.
Wow.
They no longer need another generation because they have a virtual reality that they're pushing in, and you already got a digital twin. You know what I'm saying? They do
Right.
not need the propagation of the species to go forward.
You've been
This is a
cloned already.
full-fledged eugenics program that has many tentacles, fully funded. And again, people have to figure out where do you fit in this particular situation. Let's just leave it at that.
Can I add
Be
on?
careful with the words that we use. Of course you can.
And to show you how the ancestors are speaking to us and ringing the alarm.
Mm-hmm.
The situation is going viral right now. Is the story about the sister, right, who was the American Idol contestant, who basically went live to show the world, right? It took a while for the story even to catch legs. I did not see any celebrities posted until recently, the last 2 days. So kudos to the celebrities for raising the alarm. But she was crying for about a week or two now. And the authorities, children's kidnapping services, basically showed you, what every single parent fears more than death. Okay? Is to have their loved ones or their progeny taken from them by these people and put up for adoption. You understand? The baby, the young seed, I believe his name is Ra. Right? The young God's name is Ra.
Sun God.
And
Ra, the sun god.
Right. And as a parent, that shit broke me to see it. For every parent that's out there, pay attention to what you're seeing. Amin Ra. My bad. His name is Amin Ra. My spirit told me that they're doing that to the sister because of the father, right? They're doing that to the sister because of because just who the father is, his energy, and the fact that they had the audacity to name these babies Amin Ra, right? So the state is like, yeah, we're gonna terrorize y'all. When you see what they're trying to do by mandating certain type of candy to go into your temple, right? Not your temple alone, but they're moving around and they're creating an environment, or they're trying to create a reality where they're going to try to force that on the babies, the Amin Ra's of the world.
In fact.
And what they're going to say is, if you don't allow us to do it, you will suffer the same fate as Amin Ra. So this case that is, like I said, I see the ancestors speaking, is showing us in so many ways what the future may hold if we as a collective don't collectively come together and get off of this bullshit that we're collectively on, right? Chatty pattying, all of this shit that's going on online. I don't want to waste my time, because the toxicity is at an all-time high, not in this community only. It's spreading everywhere in society. But we're it's just crazy right now. I don't hear solutions. I don't hear people really talking about these children like that. I just don't see it. I might be watching the wrong channels. But as parents who should be more strategic and forward thinking, we should not we should, or I'm not telling nobody what they should be doing, but just meditate on it. Really sit down and meditate on this and see what's being said. Okay. Ahmed Ra's his full name. Yes.
I gotta look into that. I don't know. Yeah. I heard a little bit about what's going on, but I gotta look into that. That case.
The mother took the child to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
She was breastfeeding, she was nursing the baby, and there was a new baby on the way.
Mm-hmm.
As a result of bringing the child to the hospital, they tried to give the child a B12 shot. When the parents tried to inquire about the ingredients and what the B12 shot, why it should be given to the young child services was called, and the child was forcibly removed from the mother. This is the first child. Mm-hmm. This is Amin Ra. Later on down the line, after the sister gave birth to her new seed, that child also was abducted from the family. This was done on live. They kidnapped a baby and they put in the first child up for adoption. Okay.
For her not taking the vitamin B shot?
Facts. Very healthy, happy looking baby, had light in it. You could see the star seed potential in the child. Like I said, and when you see the father, you already know what the father's on. It's not a knuckle dragger. And the whole family, you could tell that they on the frequency. So
yeah. John Hopkins, right? Of course, we know, which is located in Baltimore. They did a research on children under the age of 18. It was 48,000 test subjects, of which they said 335 children under the age of 18 have died, right? But I don't think that no healthy child has died of 319, right? Out of the 335 that may transition, I believe that they have pre-existing conditions. Okay, so there's no verifiable, identifiable, conclusive evidence that shows that children are threatened by 319, but yet and still they are attempting, right, to make a move on them and put the juice in them. You feel me? People have to be very, very, very cognizant and awake and understand what is being explained about these contracts. Again, the culmination of the 20-year period of Moors in particular blowing the bullhorn from 9/11 until now, right? Telling you everything that you needed to know about you having autonomy over your body, and the fact that when you go into these institutions, you are contracting with these people and they are now claiming authority over their subjects, telling you you are property and your children are wards of the state, right? And the mother's the informant, and she handed the child over, and now they're just closing shop and making claims. And it's very emotional to see these things. But once again, what are people willing to do, and what are the solutions, right? Because we're in the 11th hour. Like, niggas is mad comfortable. I'm just like, you feel me?
And I see people saying to stay away from the hospital, and rightfully so. My question would be is give me a list, if you may, of the alternatives in all of the major cities where people who domicile who are on the frequency. I would ask you, right? Please.
Yeah. I
give us
don't know what we consider healers in the community. I have not met one yet that's not overtaxed, overwhelmed, and up to their ears. Right now, we talking about the real quote, not the Instagram healers, not people who just putting and patching things together and you don't even see their face. They got whole profiles and you never even physically seen a person. I'm talking about people that actually that are in the field, that are working with people in real time. It's so many people that they have as clients right now. Everybody burnt out. Everybody's up to their ears.
Dr. Phil Valentine talked about that on my Patreon video.
Valentine is tapped out. He said you got to turn so many people away, right? Yeah. And there's a situation that I've been spoke. I'm like, yo, it's gonna be like this. When it hits a full head, it's gonna be like this, and that's what it's like. And it's honorable that people want to tap in and become, overnight healers, which I call, you're just a helper, not a healer. But in order to really help somebody, you have to know what you're talking about. You're only responsible for healing yourself. So if you've never healed yourself, how can you possibly help somebody else with healing? And this is a different type of situation that some have never potentially seen, right? The onset of these quote unquote, these joints. If you've seen Loki, you know what this is, right? Right? Yeah, these joints, the TVAs, right? People have never seen this. Healers / helpers, who got long tooth in the game. They've been in this for a minute. They like, yo, this is something I've never seen. So how you just gonna wake up yesterday? You watched 2 Dr. Savior videos, right? You made successfully some CMOS that your nana and them, your people's like, now you a healer.
Yeah, a lot of so many
Like,
healers. So many
right.
healers, yeah.
My question is, in places like Atlanta, in places like Florida, you know, are there like four family homes, you know, 5 family homes? Are there like residences? Are there houses that are able to house people and nurse them? You know, do we have options for the sisters that want to give home births and whatnot? Are there refutable places that they could go to? Is there a directory? You know what I mean? Like, is there anybody that we could point to say these people are refutable in 2021? Am I asking for too much? I'm just asking one question.
Yo, Red. Well, personally, you just had your son about a year ago.
Yeah. Facts.
Did you get any pushback when you told them no? When you told them
Hell
folks
nah.
no?
Nope. We wrote it. We wrote in advance. You know what I mean? We basically told them in advance what we were not going to do.
Yeah.
And, you know, they made us stay 48 hours just to make sure that, you know, everything was cool. And then we was out of there. You know, no BC, no paperwork. Everything was what it was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know,
But I wasn't in New York though. Let's
okay.
be clear. I wasn't in the city. I was on the outskirts where they not really on it like that. I was in a very quiet town, tie it down, and you know, we was in and out of there.
Yeah, you know, them doctors in the white coats will come into the room every single time. I went to every single appointment with my girl. They never acknowledged me, not one time.
Didn't even talk to you.
No, my girl would have to say, "Yeah, this is you know, such and such the child's father." Then they be like, "Oh, hi, how you know?" All
They
that,
treat you
that
like you the
fake phony
hairdresser,
shit.
like you
Yo,
the hairdresser. Like,
won't even acknowledge me,
fuck?
bro.
Am I? What am I? What am I here to do? Her nails or something? Like,
Bro,
can I get a nod? Nah, I'm dead ass blue. You don't understand the negligence that they give towards fathers,
yeah.
and that they hate us. You understand? We're invisible. We really the invisible men when you're inside of these institutions, especially the hospital with a pregnant woman.
That you know, it speaks to the fact that we, you know, something should be done as an alternative. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not volunteering for it. I'm just saying that we should have birthing institutions, you know, live birth institutions. You know what I mean? I mean, again, like you said, is that asking too much? If there's so many people that want to be healers in this community, people should be assigned to different things that are necessary and needed. You feel me? And that's something that's continuous. Like life is always going to be brought into this realm. You know, the doula societies and yeah, I mean,
They need to click up. You know, there's a lot of the societies that are out there. I'm just putting it out there. It's a big homie call. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
I would love to do a show with all doulas. So if y'all listening now, and
yeah.
my girl had a doula. Shout out to Tia, a magnificent doula. But
shout out to all of the doulas out there
man.
making it happen, saving lives. Sister Jewel Earth. There's a lot of sisters in the A. Shout out to every single doula.
You know,
Y'all are appreciated.
because the cesarean, you know, that situation is out of control in those institutions. They cutting on these sisters, you know what I'm saying? And we know that pulling the child out that way, that child is not getting exposed to the microbiome, which is, you know, putting that child as a detriment. Yeah, and this is not just something that they're doing to melanated women at this point. This is something, this should have given people a clue. When they was doing it to blonde hair, blue eyes, it should have given you a clue that they have something in motion to cancel babies, right? This is not something that just popped off, right? They was putting knives on them wholesale, all around the board. And I don't think it was just about the bonus. The bonus is just the bonus. That's just the cherry on top. There's a more insidious plan in motion. You feel me? To grab these children and then start hitting them with juice back then that we know was causing situations.
Shout out to Ella,
Yeah,
legend.
one of the
Right? Yeah, shout
healers,
out to Ella for real.
in the community. You could check
Right?
out on YouTube or Instagram. Go ahead, Blue.
So yeah, even in Ella's situation and other sisters in the community, you
Oh, Ella
know,
just had a baby too. Shout out to Ella's
yeah,
son.
I'm
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
Yeah, shout
even
out to
I'm
Ella's
putting
son.
that up. Like start a 4-week training program, for the people in the community or online community, should I say, that just want to jump into the game, that never had the benefit of sitting in front of a Dr. Africa, who never had the benefit of getting in a class with Dr. Paul Goss, may he rest in peace and rise in power.
Rise in power.
Right? The students of these master teachers, these master students have to now become the teachers. And it's more than just, somebody knowing how to make some sea moss gel, right? What about these herbs out here? Like, people are gonna need to know in real time how to get in front of these situations. If pine needle is a new industry, then we need to be where pine is at and be getting in that game. You feel me? We need to get in front of these things.
Right.
We need there needs to be a baobab distribution, like how it was, how people was going crazy for sea moss. Right? People need to
Right.
get that vitamin C. We need to put a heavy emphasis on the fact that you're gonna need vitamin D going into the fall/winter months. When you don't have sunlight, you can get them from mushrooms.
Mm.
So who's growing the mushrooms? Medicinal,
Right.
not the psycho.
The
That's a whole nother
medicinal.
situation.
Right. I want to say real quick, I don't mean to cut you, Blue.
Go
I want to
ahead.
put the sister's name, who the mother of Amin Ra. Her name is Saisha Mercado. For anybody that wanted to do their due diligence and do the research, just we want to always say the names of our people. Saisha Mercado. We just collectively want to put it out there that everything is going to be all right. You will not be crying. You'll be crying tears of joy very soon
Yo,
because
yo, well, y'all know our energy is non-local, so in real time, Blue, can you say you good at that type of stuff? Can you say a prayer real quick for the family that you can lead me and Red and everybody in
yes,
the
and
chat?
everybody, yeah, send that
Right.
energy.
Let me put the camera on, Blue. Hold on, hold on. All right, go ahead, Blue. Do your thing, my brother.
Yes.
Oh, let me get
Okay.
rid of this. Yeah, go ahead, my brother.
So we all want to collectively get on one breath, right? So I'm gonna do the 4-4 breathing, which is pulling from my abdominal. I'm gonna inhale on a 4. I'm gonna hold it on 4, and I'm gonna exhale on 4. The exhale might turn into like maybe an 8 count, as we go forward. But we want to envision, okay, a protective white light. Can you mention the sister's name again, Red?
Saisha Mercado,
Taisha Mercado, right? And more
Amin Ra.
importantly, Amin Ra, her children that are in the hands of authorities, right? We want to make sure as a community that we are putting we are utilizing the access to the quantum field. What is the quantum field? The fact that 2 or 3 or more of us are now participating in this particular ceremonial visualization of sending a white bubble, a white light around this child as a protective armor for any and everything that might be attempting to penetrate Amin Ra, who stands for the hidden one. Okay? And I'm going to get into that because that's a very key part into this next part that we're going to get into. But for now, let us send a healing light, right, around Amin Ra. And we also want to send love vibrations to the heart of the mother and the father in particular. But the mother, right, we have to uplift her heart. This is a challenge on her heart right now. They're attempting to rip her heart out of her chest by snatching her children out of her arm. So we want to send healing, high vibrational energy, right, supercharging her heart. So let's put this protective energy around Amin Ra. Let's get on this one frequency with this breathing. On the exhale, we want to visualize a white healing light around Amun Ra, a bubble light. We want to, on an inhale, we want to charge up in our belly. We want to see electricity, right, pulsing in our bellies, charging up and preparing whatever protective layer that we're about to put on this child. On the exhale, that's when you want to put this healing layer on this child. Amun Ra. You can mind in your mind. You can also say protect Amun Ra, protect Amun Ra, protect Amun Ra as well. Two more times, y'all. This last one, let's go gigantic power, 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 right? Bright, bright, bright light. Can you say the mother's name again?
Saisha Mercado. And
Saisha.
it's two babies, Blue.
Okay, this one is for Saisha Mercado and her newborn. Um, let's envision her holding the baby like Osset holds Haru near the nipple, right to the chest, to the heart. Okay.
Yes.
Do you know the name of this child, the newborn?
No, sir.
Okay, we're gonna call the baby Haru.
Facts.
Saida, Saisha. Okay, so we're going to be sending high vibrational energy to the heart chakra of Saisha and her baby Haru. A protective layer, but also we're sending love to her heart. So we have to do it through an open heart as well. So this is about feeling. You have to feel fully compassionate for her ordeal and look at her like she represents the goddess mother with the child who has always been the contempt of the Romans.
Right. It's a daughter too. The baby's a girl.
Okay,
All
so
set.
this is her baby all set. On four. Come on, y'all. She needs it. She's going through something very, very heavy in her heart. Whew. That white light around her and her baby, please, y'all. She needs all the help we can give her right now.
Ashe.
Powerful.
They're gonna be all right. I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Man, listen, family. I want to thank the brother Blue Pill. You know, it takes a lot out of the brother. Me and Blue Pill did a Kundalini retreat, virtual retreat last year. Y'all don't understand how much it takes out, and energetic wise, of an individual to lead a prayer, knowing that he's responsible for prayer and thousands of people will be watching, will be participating. It takes a lot of courage. So I want to thank the brother Blue Pill. You know, when you understand who you are and you understand we're non-local consciousness, you understand the power and the effect you have on everybody in the universe, not just this world. The same way you believe we got the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Teslas and the you know, all of these wizards with the white man's technology. Panic said, you know, their form of spirituality is their technology. Our form of technology is our spirituality. Let me
Right.
say that again. Their form of spirituality is their technology. Our spirituality is our form of technology.
That's a fact.
That's a super
So
fact.
yeah, the same way you commend Mark Zuckerberg, commend Blue Pill for doing what he's doing and believing and not caring what people may say. I mean, this brother's non-local. This brother's tapped in, 44 God. That was powerful, y'all. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. And
Uh,
please, keep that sister in your prayers, y'all.
yeah,
She definitely needs all of our help. And
That's right.
you know, again, the heart has four valves. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at it, you should look at it as a balance beam. She's the nexus of the strength that we have to prop up for the children to be all right. So
Right.
it's not enough for us to say, "Oh, pray for the children." It's like, no, what I felt going through that field was her. You have to help keep her up, lift her up, because she's the balance beam that's going to magnetize and bring those children back. If she crashes, then the situation is going to be very detrimental, right?
Yes.
And her heart is hurting right now.
Facts.
Whew.
And that was divinely on time too, Rich. You hit it at the 11:11 mark.
oh,
You
I
know,
did. You know,
yeah, you was able to call it at the right on the nose of 11:11.
wow,
That window opened up and Blue took us where we needed to go.
yeah,
And you know, I have nothing but faith in this quantum experience that we all you know, this heart energy that we all put out there. So thank you everybody for your participation. I definitely felt it. And I'm sure that Offset, Armin Ra, her king, and the sister Saisha also was able to they're gonna be able to feel this, you know.
yeah, man. I just don't even know what direction. I was about to ask a question. I don't even know what direction to take it right now. It's just so many directions, and it's like all of them are I mean, it's just yeah. I'm just happy. I'm happy at what we just did. I'm happy at the show tonight. This is just a magnificent experience, fam. I want to thank everybody. We got about 1,800 people in the chat. Thanks for joining us. You know, I usually don't tell y'all when we coming on. I just tell y'all last minute. So I appreciate y'all for being up with us Sunday night.
Thank you.
You know, listening to us.
And yeah, as a reminder, today is Nip's born day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He'll be
yeah,
36 today.
Right.
I think I had wrote something down. It's been 868 days, 124 weeks, because he transitioned on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
I remember the day.
Yeah, when we speak about people being key pieces to the puzzles, and I think at the time we went on record, and we spoke about the brother, his spiritual power, and the fact that he's a harbinger, and a harbinger is a sign of things to come. And I ask people, the way that you really tell somebody's weight and value and validity and importance to the planet is you be like, how would things be if they was here now? right, versus their absence.
Right.
We can look at a Khalid Muhammad and look at 9/11 and say, oh, 9/11 would have played out different if Khalid was still alive. Right? So we could look at the 319 and look at his son and be like, yo, things would have kind of been different. You feel me? If he was still here, if we really got that Savvy documentary, if a lot of different things happened, if he was helming the crypto revolution,
whew,
right? A lot of plays would have been bust different, right? A lot of these suckers with power would not be in position. So, you know, let's not forget the brother's contributions. Let's not forget his importance to our collective quantum experience. You know what I'm saying? Play some of his music. Let's not forget the entrepreneurial edge and the inspirational, motivational approach that he took. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Towards incorporating that into his music alongside, you know, doing whatever he had to do on wax. There was a balance there.
A supreme balance.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like Blue said, if more people, and I'm not trying to indict anybody, you know, I'm not throwing it out there, but if more people truly love that man and were to edify his works, right, we would all collectively as a community be in a better place. Like there's a lot of rappers with the, yo, that's my man. They got whole photo books of them with Nip. But yeah, I'm like, after he made transition.
Yeah.
Look at where the conversation is at literally right now in hip hop as it pertains to gangs and gang members, right? And what they're attempting to edify, right? And where they are attempting to shift the direction of these conversations and how low energy it is.
Right. There's
you can tell when somebody is missing the weight of what's been missing, right? You can tell. Look at what's going on out here.
Right.
In the 11th hour, look at the conversations that are being had amongst our community. The quote-unquote leadership amongst our community, the people that have the other people's ears, these platforms that are out here.
They're not echoing the sentiments of what Nipsey Hussle stood for. What's Big U doing right now? What's Whack 100 doing right now? Like what are they standing on? Big U is interviewing Quando Rondo. This is what he's doing in the highlight of 3 years after Nip's ascension. I don't hear no conversations about smart stores. I don't hear no conversations about ownership. I don't hear no conversations about crypto. I don't hear no conversations about blockchain. Everything that Nip really stood for, because they try to make it that he only stood for that color. But he was different. And the fact that he was different, that's why the world loves him. But people who claim that they love him would not acknowledge that. They're not acknowledging that.
Bro, every time we get an artist or somebody who's really into this revolutionary shit, look at Pac. As much as people love Pac, I think Blue Pill said one time, how many people carried on the legacy rappers or entertainers of his revolutionary spirit? They want to take the thug life spirit, the bandana, all tattoos, of that, the tattoos,
bald head,
but they leave all the revolutionary shit behind like it don't exist.
Facts.
Same thing with Nip. Why none of these dudes you just named, why they not carrying that essence of him with them? None of it.
Facts. They utilized his death as a recruitment campaign for the gangs. That's what they did. Go to LA and ask them about that. How many people that was repping, or how many people that wasn't repping turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to build a smart store. You know what? I'm going to build some immersive technology. You know what? I'm going to get into crypto. You know what? I'm going to save the babies and whatnot and participate in Vector 90. None of them, to my knowledge, but the recruitment campaign to join a gang is at an all-time high. And that's blasphemy. That's blasphemy because the reason why the world loves the brother Ermias was for a lot more than the fact that he was banging and whatnot. They loved him for the fact that he represented that gang for what it was really built for. community revolutionaries in progress. So I would ask again, can you give me the name of individuals who rep those colors, both of those colors and the other gangs, who is out here really on the edge, putting it all on the line to basically, you know, be the square, who's being uncool right now. But you know what I mean? What I see is a lot of people hummer stunting. I see a lot of people trying to be that nigga still, grown men, and creating nothing but confusion. And that's not what he stood for. So I'm like, nah, that's a lot. I was on social media. I'm like, this shit is cap.
Yeah.
Niggas is capping.
It's sad to see.
So
You
yeah,
cap.
you know, for those who do love the brother's demonstration, you know what I'm saying, and what he stood for, you know, keep him alive in your heart. You know what I'm saying? Do something revolutionary in the name of that spirit, because there will be no justice by like, it's been 868 days, and you know, his killer has still not been brought to quote unquote justice.
Right. They waiting for the system to do it.
You feel me? So, you know, the way that you justify or edify somebody who's great is that you complete their incomplete projects.
You finish their projects.
Finish their projects. That's how you honor an ancestor.
Facts.
You know what I mean? You do something great.
Yo, I'm sorry. Did Nick give an update on the Dr. Sabi documentary, Nick Cannon?
Yeah.
Is there any update? What's the update as of right now?
Yeah, he was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I don't know what's
I didn't see it either.
Yeah, I had to see it because y'all didn't see it.
What did he say?
What's the update?
He said he's aiming to get it into the festivals. He's trying to get it in Cannes. Right? He wants to get awards. He said it's running 4 hours. He's aiming to put it in the festivals, and from there he wants to put it on a big screen, because he said that was his main vision, is to put it on the screen.
4 hours, my nigga.
It's 4 hours because this nigga added on all of the fluff when he tacked on all of these woke people and people that Sabi didn't even rock with, and included them in the documentary when that had nothing to do with it.
Let's be very clear. When he approached us, it was under the premise of getting my mother involved, because she had the documentation about the court case.
The court case.
So initially, that's what it started about. I have no idea what it's about now. And I said it when they released the first trailer, and I'll say it again. You can ruin a soup by putting too much celery in it. Okay?
That's a fact. So he wants to he wants to hit the red carpet. He wants to take it through multiple.
Yeah, this ain't red carpet information, bro.
That's what I'm saying is he want to style. He want to hummer stunt. He want to be in the limelight. He wants to go to the awards, get the standing ovations. You know what I mean? He made it about him.
Yeah,
he want to ride the wave. He want to ride the wood. That's what he wants to do.
Yo, you know how much them woke folks, and I don't need you to go in, but you know how much them woke folks will hate Dr. Sabi during this whole thing that's going on right now? Do you know what Dr. Sabi will be saying throughout this whole thing going on right now? They would hate that man. Let
me just show you how much of a cap this dude is. In the Breakfast Club segment, they brought up the baby, right? And him and Charlemagne were talking about, you know, the baby and the statements that he made against people with HIV, right? So instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna reach out to the baby and give him the information about Dr. Sabi, so he could be, you know, so we could show him that people have actually cured AIDS, and a whole African did it, right? So we could, you know, because they're like, we want to, you know, the all of these communities are like, we want to inform the baby, we want to educate him about the, you know, the status. Then y'all not educating nobody if y'all not talking about Dr. Sabi.
Fuck out of here.
Because y'all been running all of these scams for damn near 30 years that Dr. Fauci and a whole bunch of people is behind, where y'all been robbing people, killing them with the medication, you know what I'm saying? Doing all of these walks and whatnot, taking all of this money from people, and y'all still ain't come up with a cure. And there's an actual African on record who did it, and our own community knows about him. But when it comes to educating everybody else, and my mom,
Like,
Right.
come on, man.
And when it comes to educating the baby and everybody else, you niggas is quiet. And you made a whole documentary about a man. It's not about you, homie. It's not about none of y'all. It's about him and what he did and the people who worked with him. Mama Pill, and a few other apprentices and whatnot. Talk about that. You don't have no room to talk about nothing else. That's because Nipsey wasn't going to make it about himself. He wasn't going to talk about Sector 90. He wasn't going to talk about the Crips. He was going to do the documentary and talk about Dr. Sabi and the court case and get out the way. So,
now this nigga, he want to utilize that as the pony to ride back in town on. You feel me? Right. It's not going to end well. I'm going to leave it at that. Let's go to the next question.
Yeah, I want to appreciate. Thank you for everybody for watching. We about to get into the Haiti. I gotta talk on Haiti, but before we do, I want to everybody make sure you support. My Cash App is up on the screen. You could do super chat. Cash App is Black Magic 363. This is the type of stuff. I'm real. You know, I've been. You know what I've been up in, and I've been seeing the blessings. And me and Blue, we do it all the time now. Our appreciation, but my appreciation right now, as far as daily, how much, because you know, self-talk is everything. The self-talk you give yourself, that's what really creates your reality, not the bullshit you tell everybody, your girlfriend and your son and your daughter, or your wife or your husband or your friends. I'm that nigga, I'm that man. Then you be in the mirror, oh man, I hate my life. That's the shit that creates your reality. You know what I'm saying? So my self-talk has been better than it has ever been. So with that being said, I appreciate the show, y'all. This is these brothers, what they did tonight, how they just dropped it tonight. We went from hip hop, the versus battle, Blue Pill building on metaphysics of hip hop and the lens that he views it from. We talked about the Taliban and the politics. We done talked about Dr. Sabi. We done led a prayer. We done talked about how we're non-local consciousness and our prayer affects the entire universe. Man, listen, the shit you get in this show.
Yes, the quantum field. The morphogenetic quantum field that we are all participating on, right? Can shift and shake the planet.
We feel niggas. We quantum field niggas. We in the field for real. We in the field for real. We quantum field niggas.
Quantum field niggas.
We quantum field niggas, y'all.
Get the fonts ready. Let's pump that up.
Like this shit, yo, you can't get this. No, I'm proud of that. I can say it happened on my channel. These two gentlemen came and bought that. You can't get this type of shit nowhere, family. I promise you, this shit is priceless. Leave your Cash App before we go to the next segment. I left my Cash App red and blue. Red leave yours, and blue leave yours.
Yeah, I'm Phil _Moreland, MORELAND. Phil PHIL _Moreland. Yeah, you can sock it to the pocketry. I appreciate everybody that's receiving information.
$ Blue Pillar 44, just like how my name is spelled right down there. Yeah. But you know me, y'all. I got products. So
yeah,
that goldwater.com. Yeah, goldwater.com. Right, we got them Goldie Bears in the building. Yeah, the young ones, the young guys, will let you know what it's hitting for too. You know, I'm gonna let them speak on it.
That's crack. My son Sirius told him up.
And I had to hide him from him. Y'all. I just did a live the other day on the Goldwater page called the Cough Conundrum because I just came out of the airport. I traveled all around the country. Everywhere I went, people is coughing up a lung. In the summertime, right? I don't know what's going on out there, but I'm telling you, there's something going on. The pilot was coughing. The stewardesses was coughing. It was so many people. I was in 3 different airports, 6 total, going there and coming back. Right? It was a cough fest. Bro, there's something going on. Get shielded up. You need your sword and your shield. We have silver face masks coming out, right? With silver ionized fabric. And that, along with this silver, you need that. We have the information out now, the medical. I did another live called The Glory of Gold, where we showed you the scientific medical information that just came out that said the gold destroys bacteria, right? It rips apart its cell walls and destroys it. almost like a superhero, right? So you need this, y'all. Need that smart Moss, right? And also on I got a website that me and my lady do
Blue, you killed it
together.
with that. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
that's legendary right there.
Chill,
Come on, Blue. Blue, how
CosmicDust.com.
you gonna do him
Y'all
like
all
that,
right?
Blue? Blue, you killed him with that one,
That's
man.
a body.
Nah,
That's a
Blue.
body.
Nah, Blue killed him with that one.
She
I
killed
Now
see
that's a
that.
body.
it.
I said, what?
Yeah, so
Oh
that's
man.
COZMIK. That's Cosmic spelled COZMIK dust.com. CosmicDust.com. This is a site that I'm proud to say, that me and my mate have together. It's a collaborative
Say
commercial
that again.
project.
You and your who?
My mate.
Bro, that's beautiful. In
My
business
mate.
Yeah.
together. That's what this shit is
Yeah.
about.
That's what's up.
That's what this shit is about. That's beautiful. That's black power. That's black love.
Yeah.
Yo,
It's a beautiful thing.
Me and my mate. Just me and my mate.
I see you, Red, with the face roller. Red, that's you got those for sale, Red?
Yeah, me and my mate.
Go ahead, Red. Tell the people where they can get that from, Red.
Niggas is frozen now.
Uh,
That's on redsummermerch.com. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So
yeah.
while you roll, because you got to roll your face these days. A lot of tension is
Yeah.
building up because of what's going on outside.
Uh-huh.
There's a war going on outside and inside. So, you want to work on the bags under the eyes. You want to work on the lymph nodes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to, you want to move all of that tension out of your face. And you want to listen to some good music, right? While everything is going down, because we in them days and times where you need some good vibrations. You know what I'm talking about? So go and get that Red Summer album. Shout out to Cambada, Lizzie Jeff, America Sutton, Songbird, Mama Sauce, Blue Pillar, of course, Jefferson, everybody that contributed to this monumental project that we have.
Streets want to know when we're gonna get that video.
Yeah. I mean, it's coming, my brother. Timing is everything. Timing is everything.
I know that's right.
All right, family. We're gonna go. We go into the last segment.
Yeah.
Of the show, family. Before we do Yo Family, we got about, this is crazy, right? We got about 2,100 people in here. I ain't even got 1,000 likes, y'all. Like, damn, man. I thought this shit was fire tonight. I ain't even got 1,000. Like, that's less than 50% of y'all. That's imagine.
Right, they stuck. They wasn't even moving and whatnot. They was just downloading. Make sure y'all hit that like button. That got a lot to do with algorithm, the algorithms and whatnot. We gotta feed the YouTube algorithm.
You know who stayed supporting? Vicky Dillard. She just hit on my cash app.
Oh, she's a legend.
Vicky is a legend.
Shout out to Vicky Dillard.
One of the hardest working. Let me share something with you.
Hardest working. Who works harder than Vicky?
One of the hardest. I'm not even gonna put gender in this thing. One of the hardest working teachers / reporters out here.
Bro,
I love you, Vicky Dillard. Do for everything that you're doing.
He's the queen.
Please,
the queen of black media.
Keep that fire burning. You know what I'm talking about?
You a whole industry, Vicky.
You a whole industry.
That's the queen. I said it when her first show with Griffin Red. That's the queen of black media right there, y'all.
That's a fact.
Like, yo, queen ain't no joke. Listen, all right. Yeah, thank y'all for everybody who's supporting. I'm proud of this show. I'm proud of these.
So,
yeah.
You gonna start it? Can I start it?
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, brother. Go ahead. Do. Yeah.
So I was doing my laundry and my morning meditations yesterday around 9 a.m. Right, grounding myself. Because I got a whole nother conversation that I want to have about health at another time. I'm not gonna take this segment up and do that. Shout out to KT, the arts degree. I love you, my brother. Right? And Mama Pill, I believe that goes without saying. You know what I'm saying? We'll discuss that.
KT, I've been calling you, man. Hit me back. Go ahead, brother.
And normally I don't have my phone with me, but I was listening to Nas, King Disease 2 during my workout / meditation. So I had my phone this morning or yesterday morning, and I saw shout out to Nadi. I saw a post from Nadi, around 9 a.m. saying that there was an earthquake in Haiti. Now, I saw the 7.2 and automatically, this is a number that me and Akibalon has been building on. Hence the fact that, 772 plus 72 is 144. We're not going to get into that, right? 72 is a code, right, that we have been hitting on for a minute. So I seen the 72. I had already been preparing some research for a article that I was doing about time in between 9/11 and now. And I was hitting on Haiti, the last earthquake they had in 2010. That was a 7.0. So I was like, whoa, they got hit by a 7.2, right? There was just an 8 point something in Alaska that nobody talks about. So I'm
Yep.
like 7.2, boom. I seen a post with somebody else saying it was an older post. So that post was saying it was a 223rd anniversary, right, of the meeting that they had to spark the revolution. But automatically I knew that that number was off because I'm like, in my mind, they don't add up. I'm like, this is 2021. So I went, did the calculator, boom, boom, it's 230 years, right? So this was the 230th anniversary of the plotting and the planning of the Haitian Revolution. I think this is when they had killed the pig and all of that. This is the Bookman meeting, right? So I was like, right? Let me do what I always do, right? I'm gonna go to the gematria immediately, right? Because of course the first thing people is gonna say is heart, which equals 44. And I'm like, I can't have for that conversation. But then I heard, spirit always is in the back of my mind having a conversation with me. That's the cosmos having a combo. And it was like, how come DR never get hit? They on the same island. I'm like, what type of heart energy just hits one part of the island? Because they were saying that surrounding Caribbean islands were affected. I'm like, what is it, like a seesaw? You just jump on one part, and then because it's on a tectonic plate, Haiti is very much situated between tectonic plates, right? So I'm like, what type of energies, weapons is these people working with where it just hits one side and it don't hit the other? So I went and I looked up 230, right? And this is something I'm gonna say that a lot of people are gonna, maybe not agree with. It's gonna be controversial. And I'm okay with that because I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings, right? And again, I don't know nothing. I don't know more than you either. I'm just telling you with my forensic, you know, first minute investigative journalism yielded me when I ran it through the numbers. So when I ran 230 through the gematria, the first word that popped up was plot. I said, okay, there goes a connection. Because this is the 230th anniversary of them plotting and planning for the revolution. Right? Now, I had come across some information many, many, many years ago. Okay? When I was dealing with these African traditional systems, right? And one of my Babalaos was telling me the story about that day that they were plotting. He said they made a pact, right? And he was explaining to me the entities that they made this pact with, right? These were some very dark entities, okay? That are located, if he will, according to what he was telling me, in that region, in that water at the bottom, right? Again, don't castigate me for this because even in that pantheon, Olokun, who is the god of that pantheon, resides at the bottom of the ocean, right? These were some different entities, though. These were Mayombe entities that made the pact. Those entities have a price that has to be paid. I don't know what the price is, right? I don't know the name of those entities either. And if I did, I would not even say it on live. Okay? But one has to continuously ask themselves, do you think that a pact can be made with spirits? Because that can't even be up to argument. You know that they did that. and you know that the pack was successful. They delivered on their end. Look at the results, though. Right? So before you go and run always and blame outside forces, which is what people are just primed to do, where's going to be the responsibility factor about the soul contracts that we make and these packs that we make? Because this is the shit that's going on in this community right now. All of this bad magic, all of this defunct magic that motherfuckers have been participating in, right? These entities are now calling and crawling back. And I'm surrounded by people that I'm seeing that are possessed, right?
Facts.
The possession in this community is crazy.
It's at an all-time high.
It's at an all-time high, right?
Yeah.
And it's a
Niggas is
micro
washed.
macro situation because the whole country is going through a level of possession because of that juice. It has turned the body politic, right? Or the, if you look at the country as a body, it's turned inside out now because the genomic mapping has been altered and interfered. So anytime that you create a schism like 9/11 is, if you look at, again, the body politic as a cosmic egg, that cosmic egg got cracked. When it gets cracked, something leaks out, but something is inserted in. In 9/11, it was psychotraumatic, right? Fear is what was inserted in that egg. Where did they start in 9/11? Right in New York. See something, say something. Right? They turned neighbors into snitches. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yo, if you see something that you expect to be radical, right? Snitch on your neighbor. We got to check for you. Where are we at right now? House Resolution 666 passed by Bobby Rush. Is that not the same thing that they put into it? Was that not the same as contract tracing? Is that not the same thing that you think is not coming in the fall and the winter when they going door to door? They're going to get the call first. Yo, who do you suspect? Ain't got that thing, right? They just put them on a terror list. Do you not, you don't identify and see what you're seeing out here? So let's go and see what does 230 also mean. 230 also meant God is hidden. What does Amin Ra mean?
Hidden God.
All right then. I'm gonna leave it alone, right? Because again, nobody wants to hear any conversation that's dealing with responsibility, right? They want to blame the boogeyman. The boogeyman period was over. 2020 was all about responsibility. Ross Ben told you that when he did his phenomenal Great Conjunction lecture in November 2019. You can still go to YouTube and see it. The first conjunction on January 12th was all about restoring responsibility. If you were going to be the heirs of the throne, melanated, Moorish, carbonated black people, right? If you were going to be the heirs of the throne, just like we was talking about in hip hop, if you are going to be the heirs of the throne and finally ascend to that vacancy, it can't be done without you taking responsibility. How are you going to run your empire with no responsibility? Right? We haven't even decided what we're going to do with the interlopers, with the traitors. You feel me? You can't fight a revolution amongst them. They're going to sell you out. These are the same people just waiting for the checks to get cut right now to sell your babies out. We ain't dealt with nothing. Everybody's infighting and picking at one another. And there's no concentration collectively being made towards the op. Feel me? A whole lot of entertainment though. So that's what my rendering and my reading came back with, right? A pact was made 230 years ago, and it's been a continuous payments. But now they want it. Now, okay, it serves larger agendas, right? Of course, people was online talking about iridium and the mountain and this and that. So there's political things that are interfered as well. But these societies, right? And the secret societies that run the government are called cryptocracies. Look it up, right? It's not called deep state. It's literally called cryptocracy, right? Those are the secret societies that are controlling and ruling and running these governments. They know what these numbers is hitting for. They know what time it is. They know what's coming up. We don't. And they position themselves to take advantage of it, right? Luckily enough, the president or the standing president of Haiti said that he's not going to call in international aid and support yet until he knows what the level of damage is. You feel me? So the only thing, once again, that we can do is pray for Haiti, pray for the people of Haiti, right? And Jesus owes them niggas something. That's a whole nother conversation. Well, God damn it. How Jesus be holding DR down?
I think,
And those people have turned their back on their own traditional systems. But what has Jesus delivered in the form of protection of the family in Haiti? I'm
I
gonna
see.
leave it.
Yeah, you made a lot of people mad. Let's keep it real. You made a lot of people mad in the comment section. You know, we're not gonna
Okay.
bullshit like this mainstream media. I think the gist of it, I'm a just of it. Michael Merthel said, "Are you talking about spooky spirits instead of the ops?" And I just want to make a quick comment before you respond, Blue. I think, me personally, Michael, and I feel you. Obviously, you know, I can see why you would say that. I can understand that. But from my understanding, Michael, is that what we don't understand is that the ops work for the spooky
Nigga.
spirits, quote
Yeah.
unquote, spooky spirits. So when we see
Yeah.
these
I mean,
motherfuckers
it's
answer to
cool.
somebody.
Yeah. That's the
So
tough talk, right?
yeah,
I ain't give
this,
you
yeah.
nothing but receipts, and I'm not speaking emotionally. But what I'm saying is those spooky spirits, they wasn't spooky when they was utilized to kick the French out, right?
Facts.
So what are you talking
Talk
about?
to me.
So you
Facts.
can't have it one way and not the
Woo.
other. But those spooky spirits got prices on them. It's a pack. The niggas have a price that has to be paid. So you can't have it one way and not have it the other. You feel me? You can't be selective about, you know, how you render your victories. And you could lose a battle and lose a war, my nigga. You can win a battle and lose a
And lose a
war.
war. Right.
Right? Don't at me, please. I gave you my receipts. I showed you my methodology and I walked you through it.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of, yeah, I mean,
Responsibility. I already know how that shit make niggas react.
yeah.
Right? They start throwing things at you. Literally, physically and spiritually. That's how upset they get. But like I said, this is not, I'm not taking no personal shots at nobody. And my thing is this, the whole conspiracy theory thing, again, it was implemented by the CIA because it renders you powerless. What are you going to do to the ops? You've never done anything to the ops who you keep telling me is doing things to you that requires them to have spiritual consent. When are you going to get some redress on these people who are utilizing shit to go against spiritual people? Right? And yeah, because prior to this, when around the time 7/7, when they killed the Haiti president, all spiritual systems with melanated people was in turmoil. Cuba, Haiti, and goddamn Juvenile came out with vax that thing up. So there was turmoil there, right? All of the melanated spiritual systems are under attack right now. And I said, oh, somebody needs to find out what's going on in the Congo. Somebody needs to find out what's going on in Nigeria. And lo and behold, it was stuff going on over there too. As above, so below. Get out your feelings and do some research, right? Pray on it. Ask your ancestors. You got a pendulum? Everybody, they want to clamor to blame the enemy, but what's the redress? How do you get him back? How do you get him off of the back of Haitians or other melanated people? You have a name? Could we knock on somebody's door? Could we drop a bag on them? Right? You can't do nothing. It's a no. You talking about spooky spirits? No, you talking about spooky boogeymen.
Mm.
that you ain't never scratched. You can't even point a finger at them. So they're going to get away with this one too, right? And you were just left to watch and observe. That's what conspiracy makes people do. Wait for the next disaster so they can get their popcorn out. But nobody ever wants to do no citizens arrest. Nobody ever wants to put in no work, right? All of these spiritualists in the community, and you can't put a pact together to put no protection on none of these societies, communities, countries, or babies. Come on, son, that shit is weak.
Red Pill, you want to add on? We'll once again, family, I want to thank you for tuning in. We had a magnificent show tonight. We're ending the show. Haiti just got hit with another earthquake. 7 point what, fam? What was it? 7 point what?
7.2.
Yeah, so 7.2. And the question everybody that I'm seeing everybody saying, like, yo, what is it about Haiti? Haiti keeps getting hit with natural disaster after natural disaster after natural disaster. The US does what they do. You know, it's just people like, yo, in the back, even if they don't want to say it, they're like, yo, what's up? What's up with Haiti? We hear about the uranium, we hear about the natural resources, we know about the dirty, shitty ass Clintons going over there. We know when the earthquake hit a decade ago, all the phony donations and the organization,
organ harvesting, kidnapping of children,
all of that, man.
Sex trafficking, human
trafficking. I wanna know what juju Bill Gates know. I wanna know what juju the Clintons know, right? I wanna know what juju Jeff Bezos know, right? What juju is they dealing with? Where nobody juju seem to work against them. How many cows they killing? What type of blood are they sanctified in? Why that shit only seem to work against niggas?
Yeah, sapase to all of my Zoes out there. You know what I'm talking about? Salute everybody on the island. You know, we definitely would love to send the same type of energy that we send to our sister for her, you know, safe return of her seeds. We should send the same type of energy to the inhabitants of Haiti and the brothers and sisters that are in the States and whatnot, that have family members over there that are going through it right now.
In the surrounding Caribbean.
In the surrounding Caribbean, right.
Reporting a tsunami.
Right. So
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Pray for Haiti.
It reverberates and it affects everything in that region. Right? Somebody said Cuba is right next to it.
Indeed.
What's going on in Cuba? Why these are just talking topics for a few days and then we move on? They was digging out mass graves. Oh, it was a trending topic yesterday and today it don't matter no more. We are allowing ourselves to be so manipulated by the media feed. And if we don't see it on the feed no more, we don't ask no more questions, we're not inquisitive, we stop praying. Right? The 7-day candle went out and you ain't light another one. I'm just saying. It's going to be incumbent upon us to really get on top of our shit. 1000%. If you want to be the healers and the helpers, goddamn it, there's a lot of people out there that need help and healing. So it got to be something that you are doing full time, full blast. And we're going to need community to do it because one person cannot carry the load, right, of the avalanche that's on its way.
Right.
So yes, collectively, we have to send healing energy, you know what I'm saying, to Haiti in particular.
And interestingly enough, what Blue is talking about earlier today, I posted a video on my Instagram page. It's in my stories. It's a Haitian sister, right? Her name is Voodoo. I gotta get her whole name. It's in my stories though. Maybe I could share the screen. Let me see. Can I share the screen?
You should be able to.
All right, let me see.
Okay. I see it.
All right, this is the sister. She was going in. If anybody know,
can't hear it, Red. Can't hear it.
You can't hear it?
No.
Nah, you got volume on it?
Yeah. I got volume on mine.
Yeah, but when you
If
go
anybody know her name, I was playing it so somebody could give me her name. If anybody follows the sister and y'all know her name, drop it
when
in the.
when you screen share, it should give you the option to use computer audio.
Okay,
So
let me
that's
do it
all you
again.
got to do.
All right, screen share, boom, share audio.
People say her name is the Voodoo Diva. That's what everybody's saying. The Voodoo Diva.
Okay, well, y'all niggas go listen to Voodoo Diva.
Yeah, they say her name is the Voodoo Diva.
You can hear?
And we
You
got to
can
end it.
hear her?
Yeah. Start it over, Red. Start it over.
Aya boom boom.
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Ayi bobo, aya bombe.
Yeah.
So, August 14th, 2021. And we got to end it.
All right. Well, I'm showing you. I don't have the whole thing posted, but go and check her out just to share her sentiments because she was saying the same thing that Blue Pill is saying. Okay. And the sister was like, yo, based off of the meditations that she was doing and the contact that she has with her ancestors, that the ancestors are speaking up and they are very upset. Very upset. And it was of no coincidence that it happened on the anniversary of the quote unquote the ritual or the ceremony with Bookman and whatnot. She was like, that's a sign. And the ancestors are telling her that's not harp. That's not the white man. That's not the boogeyman. That's something dealing with the ancestors. So I would highly suggest that if y'all follow her, go and tap in what she's saying. I'm not gonna, yeah, somebody's saying that she's that bitch and all of this. All right, well, go listen to the Voodoo Diva and get out your feelings and see what people who are tapped in are saying. I'm not giving the white man no fucking credit, man. I refuse. I'm not doing that. He starts hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. He's responsible for the fires. He's responsible
Fire,
for the forest burning. He's responsible for the hot weather. He's responsible for everything. I'm sorry. Not doing that.
Where does that leave you, black man? God.
Not doing that.
Yeah. Where does that leave you?
Like I said, family.
What I know is that there's been a lot of contention ever since the president got clipped, and even before that. Like I was watching the whole shit with barbecue and G9. You know how the president was empowering these quote unquote these gangs to go around and murder all of his opponents. He was despised in the country prior to his assassination, and a lot of the people felt very unsafe, and they were in the streets.
Well, he was
mad
despised.
deep.
Hold up, he was despised in Haiti. The Haitian president was despised in Haiti.
They were going, do the research. They was protests. They was filling out the streets to protest his presidency, and the abuses and whatnot of the presidency, the kidnappings, the violence, the uptick in violence, the fact that they were multiple, that there's a gang out there called G9, which is a collaboration of multiple gangs underneath the leadership of an ex-police officer called Barbecue. The reason why they call him Barbecue is because he burns niggas alive. There's like 4 or 5 massacres that have taken place against his political opponents in Haiti prior to his assassination and whatnot. And the people were rallying against it, right? But of course, once you kill the president, all of that goes out of the window, right? Because it's like, damn, you niggas done took it too far. But the Haitian people were crying out. If there's anybody of Haitian descent in the chat room, and if anybody of Haiti that lives in Haiti that's watching this, let me hear from you. Say something. If you see something, say something. This is what I've been hearing. Nobody has.
My Haitians, talk to me. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, stop. I say, where we at? Where my Zoes at?
My Haitians, talk to me in the chat. Go ahead, Red.
So I don't know if they solved that as of yet. It's still the assassination. There's been speculation as to who was truly involved.
It's speculation is heavy. I've been reading articles on it. His wife
right.
was in Miami calling mad names out.
Right.
And
The whole thing about the vat with the juice and whatnot and the jab. People are like, that's the main reason because of the African presidents and the fact that right after that happened, they brought the jabs in there and then they began to disseminate it. So you got big pharma's fingerprints and the unlimited budget that they have. The unlimited budget that they have to basically, hire and to bankroll any type of operation, especially on in islands and whatnot, where it doesn't, where the price of life and the cost of life is affordable. They could put that tab down. You know what I mean? It's not like you're getting rid of somebody, in this government. So I'm still waiting to hear some real solid information as to who was truly behind that.
Once again, my Haitian community in the chat. Let me know, son, if you in the chat.
Right.
Good.
And it's not a coincidence. It definitely raises a red flag that the brother was adamant. And he was also talking about natural remedies, the same conversation that the African heads of states were having. It was the same
Burundi,
conversation, right?
Tanzania.
He was standing up strong, right?
Madagascar,
right? Somebody said that only the poor Haitians disagree with him. Okay, is that a lot of Haitians or is that just a few? Let me know. He had enemies. There's even a European businessman in Haiti who was one of his biggest ops and whatnot. He had a lot of the quote unquote oligarchs, because that's who the wife is shooting at. When they murdered him, they was looking for something in his room. They were looking for some type of paperwork that they extracted, a file and whatnot. They shot him in both nipples. They shot him in his eye socket. They did him dirty
for some type of paperwork that they,
they were doing him very dirty. They did him very dirty. And so people are saying that he didn't want the jab. Simple as that. Like I said, that's not
the jab is about some spiritual shit.
Right.
There's no getting around the spiritual shit.
Yeah, that's witchcraft in it of itself. He was cutting contracts, they said, so the elites in Haiti were behind getting rid of him. Like I said, it's a lot of shit out there. You know what I mean? And now we see what we see with the earthquake, which is a natural disaster, and we know how the disaster industry works. Once there's a natural disaster and a state of emergency and things of that nature, there was already a state of emergency declared by the interim president after the assassination. So now you have all of these NGOs and other people have access to come in and, of course, do further exploit the resources and other things, right? As I'm sure that they will find their way to do, even if the president or somebody gets up there and says, "Nah, we're not gonna look for no type of outside, hands to help us and whatnot." That sounds good. That sounds good, but based off of what I see, the destruction, and based off what's taking place over there, they're gonna need some type of help. They're gonna need some type of help. But the disaster industry, Halliburton, there's a whole bunch of them, private contractors. This is what they do. The Israelis and whatnot, they come in, they do a lot of organ harvesting and things of that nature. This is what they do. So for all of my Haitians that are in the States, please be militant about this. Stay on top of this, like real talk, like make sure that this country does not get raped and done dirty the way that they did them in 2010, especially when we know what happened the last time. At some point, the responsibility is going to have to fall on the shoulders of people who have the ability to help from afar. So, yeah. Anybody that's out there, don't give to the Red Cross, Blue Shield, none of those NGOs, because we know that they're not to be trusted. The receipts are already out there. Don't fall for the okie doke. On Instagram, I don't have it in front of me. People are listing trustworthy organizations that are on the ground that can be trusted with with funds and things of that nature. But I pray that the government and the crooked and corrupt officials don't do their people dirty the way that they did them a decade ago this time around. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna pay attention. I'm gonna watch, and I'm gonna get in touch with some people that's on the ground there to see what happens.
All right, family. What I want to do now before we get out of here. Woo, it's heated. I can feel.
So Ella, hold on. Ella
Yeah.
said that he turned on the people who he did business with, so they murked him. All right. So if that's what they're saying, does that have anything to do with the jab? Does that have anything to do with the candy, or is that has something to do with with all of the oligarchs and the business? Because I'm sure that the business has something to do with either the natural resources or like that. They came in as the DEA. You feel me? They came in as the DEA. So does it have anything to do with the quote unquote drug? Because the whole, that's real big over there. That's the whole narco industry, all in the Caribbean.
Man.
So yeah.
Powerful. Hey, family. We're gonna get to some Q&A before we get out of here. I want to thank everybody. We about 2,400 strong in here right now. Make sure I don't know what my phone died, so I don't even know how many likes we up to on my computer. I can't see the likes, but we should have at least 1,500 likes at this point if we have 2,400 people in here. If not, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep moving on. We're gonna get to some Q&A. Ask the brother some good questions and answer some good questions. They're gonna give you some good answers. Powerful classic show. Save it, family. Make sure you're subscribed to my Patreon. Dr. Phil, a lot of YouTube band information is on there. Dr. Phil Valentine was just on there with some information. I got to get red and blue on there also, but a lot of the information that can't be said on YouTube is going to Patreon. So make sure you'll sign up to Patreon. It's patreon.com/blackmagic363. With that being said, let's get to some Q&A. All right, let's see. See what y'all talking about. Give me a second, y'all. Was it also about a volcano or asteroid, natural healing properties? I don't even know if I'm reading it right. Can y'all see the screen? I don't know what that emoji is.
Is the asteroid iridium?
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't about iridium or asteroid.
It's,
Can y'all understand the question?
Iridium gonna be the new CMOS. You know how long I've been using iridium on my products?
So what do you think? So you're familiar with it, Blue. So what do you think about the question then?
I mean, iridium is, they need iridium to go into space. It coats the space satellites.
I thought Melanin did that, Blue. I thought Melanin did that.
Yeah,
the pro black said that.
The iridium is a black mineral as well. Look, they said that they was utilizing Henrietta Lacks cells to go into space at first. I heard a lot of things coat different space shuttles to go different places, and I'm not even content with these people going anywhere. So that's a whole nother conversation. But iridium is a very rare mineral, and it's worth billions of dollars. It would be almost tantamount to vibranium, if you will, in Wakanda, a fictional place, that has a correlating real life, fact. There's minerals in Kenya that equate to what they showed in vibranium in Wakanda, and also the iridium in Haiti. They told you that they found oil underneath Haiti. They have more oil reserves. They found gold in Haiti. They found a lot of different minerals. Haiti is a multi-trillion-dollar, right, landmass. It's rich, and the people are the poorest in this hemisphere, right? There's an issue with the political infrastructure that has to be addressed. Your land can't be worth that much, and then there's nothing that the people seem to be benefiting from by way of those mineral riches. So obviously that's politics. Obviously those politics are being manipulated outside of Haiti, not just Haiti per se. You know what I'm saying? But there's a political pact to always keep Haiti impoverished and poor as payback and the result for what they did in the rebellion. Right? That's the political pact. That's politics. I think you could even Google that shit. It's so well known. You feel me? That's how the Western world works. Oh, we're gonna punish you forever for what you did, that black eye that you gave us, even though without that rebellion, there would be no United States today. Right? Because the Louisiana Purchase allowed them to snatch up so much land where initially were supposed to get barracks.
Yeah.
Okay. But they went all the way up west with the Louisiana Purchase, and it actually formulated what we call the United States of America today. So we owe that to Haiti. We owe a lot. We are indebted to Haiti. You feel me? And I will also put on the record that Dr. Ben in his lecture said that the first melanated inhabitants of Haiti came from Spain when the Spaniards had the Moors imprisoned after 1492 and after the defeat. He said that they sent the remnants of prisoners from Spain to Haiti, and the prototype, the original inhabitants of Haiti were West African Moors.
You know, I never knew that all this time. Damn, nigga, you
Huh?
dropping gems tonight. I never knew that. You dropping gems
Yeah,
tonight,
Dr. Ben
bro.
said that.
Oh
It's it's
shit.
it's it's something. Once again, this is something that they're gonna at me about because nobody wants to hear that.
Wow.
When
Oh
it was West
shit.
Africans anyway that occupy, they're gonna be like, no, they were from Benin, they were from Nigeria, they from here, nigga. They were Moorish from Spain, magical
Whew.
Negroes. Okay,
Whew. Shit.
so what? The Moors didn't have magic. Where do you think Mancy, the root word of Mancy come from? From geomancy, from this Mancy, from that Mancy. They ain't had nothing but magic. They the ones that taught the Europeans magic. What are you talking about? So again, doing the research is very necessary and digging just a little bit deeper. You feel me? We are indebted to Haiti. We owe a lot to Haiti. It is the shining, it is the diamond of this Western Peninsula, this Western Hemisphere, should I say. But again, I beg to ask you why nothing happens in DR. Because those are two different packs. Right? Those are two different packs. Those are two different regimes that they have to fight. And the Dominicans came by way of the Franciscans, right? The Dominicans, the Dominicans. There would be what we even call a Dominican was only born out of a rape culture 500 years ago, right?
Ooh,
That
that's
is a
it.
new being on the planet. What is a Dominican? The shit came out of rape.
It's
Shit.
a priesthood, Dominican priesthood. Those are
Yeah.
Jesuits.
It's the Jesuits. They raped those people into existence. There's no such thing as a Dominican after
Nigga.
500 years.
Wow.
There's no bloodline. They have traces of it. But the people that you're seeing right now, those people were born out of rape. Yeah. Okay. So that's how deep that goes with them. Those are their babies. They created them.
Yeah. And nah.
I mean, come on now.
Nah, family, y'all got to take this show serious, y'all. Let me get let me just get to the next question, y'all.
Let's get some likes.
And like going back to what we talk about with Rome, we have to pay attention because people love to point fingers and talk about harp and other things. What about Rome, my nigga? What about all of the countries that Rome has conquered? These Roman Catholic provinces, Haiti, Jamaica, DR. You know what I mean? That are quote unquote going through, because Jamaica's going through a situation with the Maroons with the bauxite, which is a natural. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but they're going to
bauxite in Jamaica
with the bauxite
used to make aluminum, and
right?
The Maroons are holding them off.
Right, the Maroons is holding them back.
Fever, yeah.
Right, there's not a war yet. Right, but there's a lot of friction and things of that nature and whatnot, right? In a Roman Catholic colony. These are colonies. Everywhere that you find this church that's dominant, you're going to find a whole bunch of things. You're going to find that alphabet group, very, very big and in power and in political places. You're going to find sex trafficking. You're going to find a narco state. You're going to find organ harvesting. You're going to find crime and poverty. And you're going to find natural resources and mineral wealth that are worth billions. And you're also going to find people who are very rich in what it is that they do, whatever talent that they have. When it comes to Jamaica, you know, we got the reggae. We have their culture that is naturally rich, but the people are subjugated. You go into Haiti, the people are naturally rich, but the people are subjugated. Who's subjugating them? Who's behind all of this? Who's the hit? What's the hand behind this? And we could see these culprits. Go to Cuba. The same place that the church and the crown conquered, and this doctrine of discovery and all of these things. It's the same shit that's standing right now. And coming up on Thursday, this is not a shameless plug. This Thursday coming up, I got a lecture, When in Rome. And we're going to talk about all of this stuff. We're going to break it down. Shout out to all of my KTLians. We're going to examine and we're going to observe what's going on with Rome and its influence that it has on the persecution and stepping on our people.
Look, they said
because regardless,
they said that they got the rainbow flag up in Jamaica, right? And that's not even a country. You feel me?
Right.
That's not a nationality. It's not a country. It's not a sovereign state. Why are you flying that flag at a capital?
Fam, I drove by a church.
The embassy. They said the American embassy.
Right, the embassy. I drove by a church the other day, and it had the whole church was fitted with those flags. Not one flag. It was about 10 of them surrounding the church. What does that have to do with the church? How the hell are you going to fly a flag of sexual orientation in a goddamn church? Is there a polygamy flag? Is there a flag for people that like back shots? Like how you going to fly a flag on a church? And then, I mean, this is in America. So my thing is this: at the end of the day, regardless of whatever,
the push that you see, even with the juice,
right,
is the same push that you see with the Footloose, right? That by decree and dissent, you both have to get down. You know, you got to get down with both of them joints, or just get down or lay down, or they send the militaries afterwards. Why? Why are you putting all this political power in the hands of people who are not going to propagate and hand it down to another generation?
Let me
Everybody's being played right now for a higher political agenda, which is transhumanism.
Somebody said, can you talk about the African American flag that no one uses?
Yeah, they just found out about it. You mean the one with the sword, the red and black one, like the original Haiti flag that's red and black? To my understanding, niggas just found out about this flag like yesterday. They don't use the red, black, and green. Now there's an African American flag.
And shout out to Marcus Garvey. His born day is coming.
And the anniversary of the flag was yesterday.
Yeah. And he brought the flag.
So do you see? So is the red, black, and green flag flying in black churches in Harlem? Is the red, black, and green flag flying when they had the anniversary of the flag yesterday? Did all of the businesses that black people give all of their money to, did they change their fucking profile picture to the red, black, and green flag like they did the other flag?
Like the gays, like for the gays.
Exactly. Because these corporations are letting you know that these is bigger than just a corporation. These corporations are that flag. You understand? Nobody is giving no credit to the 100 years of what it is that our people have contributed to quote unquote society. The 100 plus black inventors and all of this stuff. Did they fly the red, black, and green flag in any of these corporations and acknowledge it?
Even when Trump was in office, the whole dream and shit with the immigrants, That come from Martin Luther King. I have a dream.
That's a fact.
So they're not even acknowledging how blacks in America allowed immigrants to come into this country. They don't give a flying fuck about none of that history right there. So yeah, I mean, shit. I mean, it's. Woo.
I mean, the flag looked lit. The one that the red and the black with the sword, and it has
Yeah,
the
I haven't even seen it. I don't know.
What do they call that thing? The that they have. It's like the reef that goes around the reef.
I don't even know.
Any
So-
reef is Roman.
It's not a reef. It's like
Okay.
Why
I
you say
forgot the name.
any reef is Roman, Blue? Why you say that?
Oh, because that's
Crackers
the
ain't
actual.
invent that.
I mean, that's when you see it on the flag, though. That particular insignia, that's what they utilize. That's something that they introduced.
That's their shit.
yeah, not the crest, y'all.
Mm.
It's not the crest. I know what a crest is.
Right.
It's not the crest. And it's not the olive branch either. It might be the laurels.
The laurel?
It might the laurel leaf. It's the two
Mm.
gold. It's two gold laurel leaves. It's a white sword, and then a flag is cut. One side is red, the other side is black. That is the official African American flag, and it was through social media I found out about it. I have no idea, but it's been here for a while. They said, right? It has a Moorish sword in the middle. Somebody said it's interesting. It's an interesting flag.
I mean,
I'm going to do more
like I
research
said,
on it.
The history of Marcus Garvey and how he properly, because there's protocol about how you implement and introduce a flag.
Right.
And from what I understand, he went through that particular protocol, right? Because they always say, even with the Moorish demonstration, they say, okay, you can't have a nation without a flag. You feel me? And I'd be like, oh, the Nation of Islam has a flag. They don't have nationality, though, right? So Drew Ali brought nationality, and Woodrow Wilson, gave him the flag, I think, in 1913. They went and got the Moorish flag. They had it, in the White House or one of the, wherever they had it, the secret societies had it. Woodrow Wilson, a 33-degree Mason, came and gave him that flag. So there's a lot of history, because the Moroccan flag that the Moors use is not the same flag that the Kingdom of Morocco uses. So again, I want people to be very mindful that what we're still talking about is the continuation of this crusade, this 2,000-year crusade. Be very mindful. The culmination or the fireworks of it is culminating in this year, this 20-year anniversary. Hence the fact that, like I said, when they created the Patriot Act, like I was in court September 10th, 2001. So I know what the differences was. I know what the game plan was, goddamn it, because I was in court in two different cases. Back to back. They came with the Patriot Act, and the first group that they initiated it on was a group called the Miami 7. Same way that this year now, the first day of the dog days of summer, July 3rd, you see them initiate the last day of the 244th year of the creation of this country, a country whose independence was recognized by Morocco first. Why they failed to tell you that? But you want to put a Moorish organization on the news and call them terrorists, paper terrorists, or sovereign citizens. Why didn't they tell the history of this country, since a day later we were celebrating the independence? Why didn't they say, oh, our independence was ratified by Morocco in 1777?
For those who don't know, Blue, why was the independence ratified by Morocco in 1777?
The Sultan of Morocco, right, recognized the U.S. as a quote-unquote nation. They had just, came out of the war. And they have a naval dispute, right, with the Kingdom of Morocco. They attempted to gain passage, and
without paying tribute.
Yeah, they paid tribute. They had to go and give them the bag, and they recognized them, right? Same way that they be in the UN saying, "Yo, y'all can't recognize Palestine as a state because that's going to give them international validity."
And you're going to hear the same thing with Afghanistan. There's going to be places. Israel is not going to recognize Afghanistan through the Taliban. They're gonna change. They might even change the name of Afghanistan once the Taliban takes over. Well, are they taking over? They might change the name, and it's going to have ramifications on a geopolitical scale because they're not going to be recognized by multiple countries the same way that multiple countries don't recognize Israel.
Facts.
Do you know that Israel citizens are banned from entering 16 countries?
Never knew that. No.
Yeah, they cannot. They're banned from entering about 16.
Why is that? Why is that?
They not recognized that they're an illegal state. They're not Palestine. Remember when it first started, it was the Zionist state of Palestine. It was not Israel.
That's when it first started.
Right, and there's a what's the name of it? There was a pact that the Zionists made with Nazi Germany, where they basically was like when before they start putting people in the oven, before it started going down, the Zionists decided that they cut a deal with the Nazis, and the Nazis was like, yo, this is your last chance to get the fuck out of here. We're gonna send y'all to Palestine. And they cut the deal. These are German Jews and whatnot, and they got up out of there, and they avoided the persecution and whatnot, and they basically left their people behind, similar to what you see where these niggas bounced out of Afghanistan, and they left all of their snitches, they left all of the operatives, they left everybody that they said that they was going to give visas and all of these asylum and all of this too out of here. The same thing they did in Saigon with all of those Vietnamese people that helped them during the war. They bounced on them. They did it in Iraq. They do it everywhere that they go. So and
they're gonna do it over here too. To all of their cross collaborators,
right?
When they gotta get up out of here, right? They're gonna lead them niggas,
right?
Okay,
right. That's what they've done. It's and they have a war tactic that they use. I forgot the name of it, but what they do is they'll go to a region and find out who got smoke, who got drama. It's a drill music type of thing. It's what the labels do. Who you got beef with? All right, I'm gonna sign you for $10 million and you gonna knock these niggas off, right? So what they did when they came over here with the indigenous and the Indians, they got with one group, all right, one confederacy or one tribe. All right, they got drama with the Creek Indians. We're gonna arm them. We're gonna heavily arm them. That's how you had Indians with the muskets and whatnot, because they give them the technology of the time, right? So they did the same thing in Libya. They armed, right? Shout out to Rasbin. They armed the quote unquote rebels against Gaddafi. That's the same thing what they did to the Taliban when they was fighting Russia with the Mujahideen. They armed them. Tim Osman and them. They armed them against the quote unquote freedom fighters. And then once they beat them, right, then they'll come in and they'll wipe out the niggas that they armed. It's a classical chess move. It's so easy. Once you take out the Zulus, they did it with the Zulus.
They did it with the Zulus.
It is a classical war tactic. They see where the contention is. They play off of the division. They pick a side. They arm them. They give them all of the resources, money, aerial support. Like these niggas was supposed to support the Afghanistan army. Oh, we're gonna send in the drones. Oh, we're gonna send in the B fighters. We're gonna stop the Taliban on their ascension on their road to perdition. We're gonna cut them down with these drones. Right. They didn't do that. Them niggas advanced like they was moving like ghosts. They said that's how fast they cut through. But you got to remember the people in Afghanistan. They like, yo, the army was just putting their guns down. They didn't want no smoke. They didn't want, because they know America's out. You can help me now, but you're out of here. You're leaving the battlefield. We are toast, my nigga. We're gonna get cooked by these niggas.
Dipset.
So that's, you gotta study warfare. People, get into the art of war. They don't play fair. They're gonna weaponize and deputize the rainbow people. They're gonna deputize the quote unquote the people with the juice against the people that don't have the juice. And once they are able to put everybody in a pot, right, where they compromise, then the people that got the juice, they're expendable.
Yeah, hit with a new variant.
Hit him with a booster shot. You know? So, man, you got to know the art of war before you even talk about you ready to play it.
Hey, listen, family. Wow, I'm powerful tonight. Powerful.
Yeah,
This is
like
the type of shit.
like the Bay of Pigs who never got their air support, right? The Bay of Pigs where they were gassing up these
They did
exiles
them
that was in
dirty.
they did them dirty, sent them over there and bounced on them, and they got washed.
And they did it recently again.
They did it again. They did it in Venice. I think they did it in Venezuela. They do it a lot, bro. They do it a lot.
Yo, they dirty, man. But that's you making pacts deals.
You making pacts with the devil. So when you make a pact with the devil, he's gonna come for he's gonna want his payment.
Listen, it's easy. I'm gonna tell you before we get out of here. It's easy to analyze this, and I'm talking directly to Red and Blue.
Oh, real quick. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut your wisdom. What they doing with the rappers, right? They're signing the gang members. They signing the drillers. They signing all of the trap rappers. And then what do they do later on? They hit them with a RICO, right? Once you've poisoned your community, you're expendable at this point. They like, damn, what about, nah, nigga, RICO, you out of here. But I thought I thought I was able to sell drugs. I thought I was able to kill. I thought I was able to gangbang, right? So the labels, by signing them, they're getting behind them millions upon millions of dollars. You get to ride in a helicopter like Meek Mill with billionaires. You get invited to these events and whatnot. You are the safe Negro. They're going to bring you in a house, right? You perpetuate the drill culture. The crime rate rises up. All of these people start getting, all of the young black messiahs is getting killed. The hood, the real estate starts dropping. They start coming in the gentrified shit. Then they do what? They do a 100-man sweep and get you niggas out of here. Classic. Keep falling. Niggas keep falling for the trap. And don't want to own nothing. Don't want to take the ownership route. Don't want to stand on their own. They always are sitting there waiting to do a deal with the devil.
Indeed. I mean, it's real powerful information. Today was one of the best shows this year, hands down. One of the best shows this year, hands down, family. I mean, what we got about? We got about 2,500 people in the building. I mean, if y'all don't share this, y'all don't care about the ones y'all say y'all love. If y'all don't share this video, y'all this is some powerful shit tonight. Some shit people will usually pay to hear. But what I want to say before we get out of here is that regardless of the information, regardless of the knowledge, regardless of everything y'all share, from my personal experience, the information isn't what gets you out of certain situations. It isn't what saves you and your family. It isn't what gets you out of poverty. It may be a little bit, but from my experience, it takes heart to do that. And you can't teach heart. So you're telling the people about this, about that, but when they're faced up against the decision to, okay, well, shit, I got to feed my family or this and that, and they got to weigh it up against information, the information usually falls and they just like, well, shit, I got to, they go with the weak ass, self-preservation bullshit or whatever. And so the information is good, but what I'm saying is, like, I've seen it, like, the shit is, and just from my own personal experience, Red, the shit can be a little nerve-wracking when you in there, like in the hospital, or you in there in the courtroom. We seen Moors freeze up in the courtroom with all the information in the world. It's good, but when you're in that court and you're standing on your square, it's different. When you're in the hospital, it's different. When you're on that job or when you got to produce on your own, it's different. It's more than just information. I copied some notes from Red and Blue Pill, and I can recite. And I told my girlfriend about the latest CMOS or whatever, Dr. Sabi or whatever. It's a little different. How can we teach the people when you can't teach the people heart?
Right.
Information ain't gonna get it. It ain't gonna get it. This shit take heart.
Right.
I had to fight Jews and when I got my spot in Brooklyn. Took a little more than information. Took a lot of heart. Took a lot of heart combined with the information. Talk to me about that. This heart that you just can't teach. So how we, you know, the
Yeah,
juice. We talk about the juice.
you know,
You have
I
I can't talk about
I
the
would
juice.
speak on it. I would speak
Yeah.
on it because I dealt with it, you know, and again, this is my window or my shadow, you know, dealing with 9/11. And I had to go up in them courtrooms. I had a lot of information, you know what I'm saying? But I had to really, you know, tap into my warrior spirit because that was the battlefield. I'm going to war against the whole system. You feel me? And I don't know whether this information is 1,000% yet. I had to find out in the midst of battle. So I had to have faith. I had to have trust. You know what I'm saying? I had to have belief before I had knowledge. This is what I'm trying to explain to people is so important. Don't allow the concept of religion to make you throw away belief and faith. Those are integral parts of your manifestation ritual that you're gonna need. If you eschew it or throw it away, you toast. I had to have blind faith, right? I had to believe in something before I knew it, right? But I also had to go in there with such a firmness and a conviction that I had to know it worked because I had no options for failure. So when you burn the boat, right?
Not the
You're
bridge.
left no other option. I think that people have too many options to say, yo, I'm gonna try this out. I ain't trying a goddamn thing out. When I step over that threshold, nigga, I'm going to war. I'm like this. You feel me?
Right.
And
Look.
I didn't play fair according to what playing fair is. I went to my ancestors, right? I went to my traditional systems, right? I cheat up in every single way possible before I went up in there to slay the dragon.
Right.
Because they not playing fair. Why should I? Right? I had to use everything that was accessible to me. And I had to have that big homie conversation. I had to G-check whatever weak force was inside of me to be like, nigga. Right? That's when the OG voice come in. Nigga. Right?
He in there somewhere.
He in there somewhere.
Everybody got him. He in there somewhere.
Now is the
Everybody.
time we need to
Thank
get
you.
the
Yeah,
fuck
everybody
out
got
of
it.
here.
He buried under some clothes
Right?
and whatnot.
On some Trey shit. Because we about to go on the crew right, nigga.
Yeah.
That now's your opportunity. If there's any bitch up in you, it needs to come up out of you now because we about to go catch this body.
Yeah.
Ain't no turning around from this.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
LOX.
Yeah, you gotta find the comfortability to have that uncomfortable conversation with yourself to check the weak force inside of you because it exists in us. It's
Right.
neutral. It's part
Right.
of thermodynamics,
Yes.
right? Of who you are. That there's gonna be fear,
Balance.
uncertainty, and doubt. There's a FUD inside of you.
Ooh.
FUD. Oh, nigga hit us
Ooh.
with the cryptocurrency term.
But
Nigga
are
hit us
you a
with the
FOMO
FUD.
sapien?
Oh
Or are
shit.
you a NOMO
Yo.
sapien? Right?
Nigga hit us with the
FOMO
Are you
FUD.
a
sapien.
FOMO sapien or are you a NOMO sapien?
Yo, Blue, the
I'm a
spiritualists
NOMO
have fun? Blue, the spiritualists have fun? Oh my
Nigga, that shit
God.
came from 9/11.
Elmer Fudd.
Oh my God. Yeah, Blue,
Nigga
good.
said Elmer.
You good, man.
Yeah. Look, the psychotraumatic mass ritual of 9/11 created FUD. Why? Because the root chakra is responsible for safety and security. And your safety and security is tied to God and country. So the minute that you no longer feel safe in your home, your homeland, it creates fear, uncertainty, and doubt. These are the people who are responsible for your security abroad, right? Your personal shit is you got a blicky, but now you have an invisible enemy. They're telling you, yo, we got a phantom menace that we're fighting, right? Niggas don't want the Taliban to come over here. You like, look, nigga, whatever you got to do to keep them niggas from coming over here, you got to do that. I'll give you my rights I'll give shit away. I'll just throw shit out the window. Nigga, whatever you need, go do it. All right, look, we got the Patriot, we got this, we taking this, we taking that, and now here we are. 20 years later, and these niggas fold, and it's less than 30 days away from 9/11, and you don't see the ritual, you don't see that you've been had for 20 years, you don't understand that they've been riding your back playing both sides, and these niggas is all Hollywood agents, right? And we sitting here talking about the shit like it's verifiably true. I'm like,
This is
no,
the Bush
nigga,
doctrine.
These are casting characters. They're playing a role and the act out. You know, sorry, not sorry. Thank you, no thank you. We got all this shit from y'all, and we still motherfucking lost to desert niggers, to sand niggas.
Shit, come on, man.
Mountain dwellers.
Mountain dwellers. They was telling you a 7-foot man with diabetes was the person responsible for this. Other than 319, he was the only one that was successful with stopping the war, stopping the whole world in its tracks. Right? On 9/11, everything stopped. But we all physically witnessed that for the first time ever. There's never been a time where the collective mass consciousness of the world was able to watch something live, such as that. It cracked the cosmic egg. Something oozed out, which was courage, and what came in was FUD.
Word. Niggas got soft after that. Let's keep it a buck. Hold on.
Right?
Pull me in.
I got hope. Go ahead, right?
Yeah. The tunnel era is undefeated, nigga. The verses showed you that. The verses showed you that the pedigree and the stock of black men was compromised in different eras.
Not enough likes though. That's what I'm saying. This shit, and I
don't care about the likes. Hold on.
I know, but it's important for the algorithm. You can't just take and not give.
We gotta be businessmen. We gotta be, you know what we gotta be, that we
for a college course of education and information. Niggas are gonna go and you know, they're gonna go bootleg the bars. At least you can do is press a like. Show some respect to the platform.
Red, I feel what you're saying, and you don't care about the likes, but I see how people succeed in terms of reaching the masses. Look at Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels used to stop a whole show if he don't get enough likes. He'll start playing music. He'll start playing annoying music to his listeners. Going off. If he don't get enough likes, that's how serious this shit is.
That's a fact.
Because they know about the algorithm. You gotta so we so nice, we so nice. We like, we don't care. And then we left behind. And they're like, y'all niggas is left behind, but we didn't play the same rules as everybody else.
Facts.
We wasn't as vicious.
Look, I got niggas who I know in this community, right? Who's motherfucking engaged in pissing contests with me right now to tell me that my information is not valid as theirs because they got more likes.
Listen.
This is where we at in this community.
Yeah.
Right? Where people is utilizing analytics to gauge whether your information or you are relevant without understanding that this is a spiritual stream. Instagram is intimidated by my light. So they're attempting to put me in a shadow because they can't deal with the shine. Right? And then somebody wants to come behind them and validate that to be like, damn, son, I ain't seen you in a minute. So what that mean? That I'm not in the game? That this information ain't what it is? That we not motherfucking giving you prophecy? Huh?
Their media. Hold on, Blue. What one of y'all said earlier about the media feed? Their media feed whores.
Come on.
I mean, we're in the attention economy. We are in the attention economy, right? And the architects of this economy understand how this shit is played, right? Keep that in mind. But let me continue, please. Right? Get those likes up, y'all. Like, let's that's some simple shit. Press the fucking button. All right, respectfully. We could tell through the music and through the demonstration, through the art, through the culture, we could see the shift. When the towers fell, remember, we are New Yorkers. Before the towers fell, and this is no offense to any out-of-towners, but did you ever remember anybody from out of town living in New York?
No.
It was fortified, right? People from down south, the West Coast, Boise, Idaho, Minneapolis, nobody was moving to New York just to be gentrifiers. And yeah, I'm going to move into Bed-Stuy with my poodle and whatnot. You know what I mean? And just move on Gates Avenue. That wasn't even that was
option. Yeah.
wasn't even an option.
Uh-uh.
People live vicariously through each other, right? People live vicariously through each other. We live vicariously through the rappers. We live vicariously through athletes. When Mike Tyson got knocked out, niggas got knocked out. When Jordan lost, when he got crossed by Iverson, it was like niggas got crossed by Iverson. We live vicariously through each other.
Yeah.
When the big homie on the block got his shit pushed back, you kind of felt the kind of way you was like, damn, either you stepped it up or you basically stayed inside the house, right? Because you felt like that was an assault on you. So what information does is it takes you from being a worrier into a warrior. Because if I was subjugated to just watching Don Lemon, right? Don Lemonhead, Chris fucking Cuomo, and everybody else, the talking heads, if I was only relegated to listening to mainstream media through this crisis that we're going through called the the whole, what do you call it? What, 319?
Yeah.
I would be living in fear. I would be I would basically be like the people that are signing up because I would be a part of the psyops with no other options. I would not be in my warrior mode because of the lack of information. Information takes you from out of warrior mode into warrior mode. With the right information, you could tap into your warrior mode.
Because consciousness restores confidence.
Consciousness restores confidence. Consciousness is awareness. You niggas are aware right now. You have your fucking eyes open. So you can see the play 1,000 miles away. You're not getting lined up for 3-card Monty anymore because you figured out how that shit works. That's what consciousness helps you with. Consciousness helps you see the BS. Consciousness helps you see niggas lying to you.
Consciousness, LOX. Woke, Dipset.
Dipset. Facts. Living off consciousness, warlocks. Living off experience. Woke, Dripset, nigga. Dipset. Jules Santana and all that other shit, nigga. Freaky Zeke. So there's a difference. Your heart, where your heart is
it
based
looks like
off
hip hop. It ain't hip hop.
It ain't. Yeah, that's rap, nigga. So you got hip hop and you got rap. A lot of these niggas is out here rapping. So information is important. We live vicariously through our master teachers. We live vicariously through our the YouTubians and whatnot. If a YouTubian falls off and goes crazy and loses their mind and looks like they're possessed and acting all, whatever, it's going to affect the people that are living vicarious. They start falling off. They start acting weird. They start acting moist and whatnot. They start doing dumb shit and tripping over themselves. I've seen it. I've been here longer. Again, yes. Right. I see niggas come and go like revolving. The recidivism rate in this community is crazy.
What does that word mean? I'm sorry.
The recidivism rate. How many times niggas go through that revolving door?
Okay.
I seen them come and go, so I know what I'm talking about. And you got to be tapped in to the right sources. You got to be tapped into the right type of information. You got to be feeding yourself, because what you listen to on YouTube and on the internet, that's what you're feeding yourself. You know what I mean? That's what you're feeding yourself through your eyes and your ears and whatnot. The shit that you listen to, the music, the low frequency music that you listen to. And I said it on my show the other night. Like after watching World Star all day and going through Vlad and going through Instagram, my Instagram feed, I don't feel like, a good person. That shit don't make me feel empowered. It don't make me feel like a warrior. I'm being compromised. So we got to find new outlets in order to charge up with. We got to find new outlets that the information and the content is going to be giving us a motherfucking backbone. You know what I mean? That's gonna repair the jet pillar, and that's why you see so many people folding and whatnot, because these niggas is GMO, and they not just eating processed food. Everything around them is processed. So they warriors. They're not warriors. They warriors. Motherfuckers is worrying about everything. But if you remember clearly, they've been trying to knock us off ever since you niggas' eyes have opened up. They've been trying to knock us off since forever. You know, they got the meme going around that shows you in 2001 it was Y2K, and 02 it was some other shit. Then it was the fucking. Did you niggas see the monkeypox? You know what I mean? Then they had the fucking avian flu, the bird flu, mad cow disease. The
SARS.
Taliban is coming,
Right.
SARS is coming, Boko Haram is coming. You know what I mean? Like,
Bro,
the fucking
it's been
squids.
nothing but fear campaigns since the millennia. Nothing but
back to back to back to back. And the
and
children.
we don't understand the subtleties of how it's like, it's just, you know, you could crack a rock just by tip drilling, just tipping it,
Water,
tipping it,
right?
with water,
Then the water
right?
drip
Until ultimately it's gonna break it and crack it open. That's what we're
right.
looking at. We're looking at the alchemizing. There's a gentleman, his name is Michael Hoffman, right? I might as well even put this on the record so they can know exactly where to bite the bars from, right? Michael Hoffman,
Blue in this
right? Secret
bite the bars.
societies and psychological warfare, right? The psycho trauma
Oh, shit.
of humanity is alchemizing the humanity through fear to turn man into machine. That's what we're moving towards. That's what we're looking at. You feel me? And we have to be very careful and mindful, even with our moving into this metaverse aspect, right? There's so many trapdoors that are being set right now for you to lose yourself. I'm telling you.
Oh, they gonna lose themselves
Right.
in a minute. They gonna. Oh my god. Oh
They'll
my
lose
god.
themselves. And
Oh,
that's
my
the
God.
plan. That's part of the plan. It's going to take a lot of discipline and a discretion in order, because it's the thinnest of lines for you to have a foot in the real world and a foot in the metaverse and know where the balance exists. I'm trying to tell you, you will slip up. I slipped up.
Family. Once
I
again,
slipped up.
let me say this. I'm taking part of what Brother Panic said, and I'm adding on to it. Their technology is their spirituality. Our spirituality is our technology. Let's remember that moving into this new paradigm, whether you want to call it the age of Aquarius, whatever you want to call it, their technology is their spirituality, but our spirituality is our technology.
And I'm telling you, I don't even want to get on this campaign about, the 5G towers and all of that. But today, I had the phone to my ear and it was zapping my ear. Like, I'm like, yo.
Nigga, I can't. You got to be on speakerphone or I got to have headphones. I can't put the phone in my ear no more. That's suicide. That's suicide at this point.
I had slipped.
That's suicide.
And I was having a conversation that I didn't want everyone around me to participate in.
I know how that be.
I was talking in the joint. It felt like it was biting my ear.
Nigga,
like,
that should have you. That should have you looking like Harvey Dent if you talk too long on it.
Nigga,
bro,
face. It's gonna cook your face.
It'll cook.
Are you
feel like you
serious?
bite, bro. That's deadly. Who still puts a cell phone to their ear in 2021? That shit is deadly. If you
niggas is going to.
But,
niggas is going to sleep on their phone scrolling, bro.
Yeah,
and the AirPods is even worse.
Looking at it and having it
zapping you too.
I know, but having it up against your ear, you feel it. I don't feel it. I know it's fucked up when I'm scrolling, looking at it. But when you have it up on your ear,
AirPods got crazy radiation in them, family.
Bro, I can't even
you know
use
what I'm saying?
Bluetooth. I can't even use that.
Yeah, y'all need diodes on everything. Like, you can't take no chances with this stuff. You feel me? Look, on this phone, I got 3 diodes on my regular phone. You feel me?
Said, I gotta tilt that shit. I know what you mean, that tilt shit. I done did that. I gotta tilt that shit. I done did that. You be tilting that shit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Y'all, let's get these likes up. Come on, family.
Yeah,
we almost there. We at 1.9.
Let's get up to 2,000 likes on. That'll
Yeah,
be
let's
a
get
big
up to 2
accomplishment.
so other people can share in this information because it's a lot.
Yeah. Listen,
You know what I
family.
mean?
What the reason why you know what's crazy, family? Let me tell you this real quick. I've been at 290,000 subscribers for over a year on YouTube. They full of shit. They bullshitting. There's no way in the world I'm stuck on 290 for 360 days.
Thank you,
They're
y'all.
full of shit. The people that come on my show know the impact of my show because they know how many people holler at them. So what they tell me I'm getting, they're lying. The algorithm, they're all lying.
Oh nah,
The
they
shit
lying.
they're taking 30% and they lying on my views. So these motherfuckers is lying big
playing
time.
dirty
They playing super dirty, super dirty. I mean,
And
so
and they're telling you, look, we're all in your BI. We monitoring you.
yeah, you can't even say this.
So you already know that they all
Them
in
niggas went to a video in January from Professor Griff, and for it was a 10-second segment where Griff said a word, and he said a word after word, and they gave me a strike and said, "Hey, the next one you get, your channel's terminated. That's 3 strikes in 90 days." I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Oh shit." Then they rescinded it. It's the shit I go through behind the scenes with this platform. Wow, it's crazy. So. Oh man, the saying that to say this, an extremely classic show. This show was absolutely incredible. I want to thank these two gentlemen for being the vessels that they are for higher consciousness to deliver this information to a people who aren't receptive to this information by another means, mainstream media, whatever. We deliver it in a way that is palatable, in a way that is pleasing. Like these, come on, man, don't nobody deliver it better in this way than Red and Blue. Give these brothers the flowers while they are alive. They are goats at what they do. They are some of the top people when it comes to this shit. The woke people who listen to them, still game, still bars, they go recite it half-ass, fucked up, and then you like, hold on, but they say this, but they didn't say that. Nah, get it from the real source. We right here. We right here, right now, real time.
And again, shout out to Mama Pill, shout out to KT, shout out to AA, shout out to Black Dot, Raku, the Pantheon, KTL
Ross
alumni,
Ben.
Ross Ben, the legends, the people that I learned from.
Dr. Phil Valentine,
the big homie,
Bobby Panic.
Bobby Panic, Phil, rest in peace to Delbert. You know what I'm saying? We all know how this go. Look, Renoko Rashidi.
Oh, rest in peace. Rest in power to that brother.
Oh, man.
Man.
I had his book when I was like 19. I bought about I bought so many of his books.
Come on, he was foundation. He helped open up the hemisphere of our brains and took us across the water, man. We wasn't
gave us the Naga.
He gave us the Nagas, hard body.
Damn, I wish oh man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to T-Balon.
I know his family posted his
shout out to that brother, Real Nagas. His name is Kevin.
Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. I love the
he was going in.
Yeah, I love.
Oh, y'all like that show? Man, you fuck with it?
I love the information.
Yeah.
I love, the engagement, that way that he engages my hemispheres.
Yeah.
Because I be, my shit, I be thinking about movie scripts. I be like, more as the dragons and the dragon slayers.
The Red Dragon. He was talking about the Red Dragon, my man Kev. Yeah. Kev is a cool, that's a cool dude, man.
Shout out to Griff.
Brother Griff,
the big homie.
Griff.
I was on a live with KB, the Ghetto Shaman, the other day. Shout out to
KB.
Oh,
KB. Shout out KB.
Yeah.
My man KB.
So many names, Mike. It's so many players in this arena. You know what I mean? And everybody deserves their flowers. We are a pantheon. This is it's a team. It ain't, you don't see one person out there. This shit is like, who saw Space Jam 2?
I haven't seen it yet.
Hold on, I did. Yeah, shout out to Sevar Bowman. They said that he gave me a shout out on your show. I ain't catch that one yet. I was in the mountains.
Shout out to the OG. Shout out to the bro. Yeah, in Space Jam 2, when they was on the court, it was bad. They had the whole WB. Everybody was in the rafters and whatnot. Everybody was at, and that's what we
Yeah,
all.
it was deep. Yeah.
So right now we on the court, we playing out, we balling, right? And our brothers and our sisters are on the sidelines and they paying attention and they watching the moves and whatnot. And they you know, they gonna be on the court playing their game. That's like when we go to other channels and we get information and we watch and we tap in and we drop in to see where our brothers and sisters are with their research and where they are and just in their spirit. I got to check on my brothers and sisters to make sure everybody's okay, you know, because that's important. So, you know, everybody, man, whoever's doing the work, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of people. But then there's other people that's doing the disservice to the community too.
Hey, let's focus on.
So yeah, I'm gonna focus on the people that's working. You know,
leave your contact information, both of y'all, before we get out of here.
Yeah. Phil Moreland _ PHIL _ Moreland. That's the Cash App. Know the Ledge Media is the channel. Melanin Mondays, Third Eye Thursdays. Every Monday, every Thursday, we go in on YouTube. The same, you know, we give it up. Monday nights, Thursday nights. That's Know the Ledge Media. And this Thursday on Zoom, I'm going to be doing my lecture, When in Rome. Check that out. Go to Eventbrite and just put When in Rome if you want to get yourself a ticket. Or when you come on the show tomorrow, you'll be able to get the link and whatnot.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Blue
At Blue Pillar 44 at gmail.com if you want to shoot me an email. It's still at Blue Pillar 44 on Instagram, right? With no delineation of that name, at Blue Pillar 44. Stop telling me I'm shadow banned. I know I'm shadow banned. If you're looking for me, though, you can find me. You can either archive an old post. When I'm looking for information from people who I value their information, I'm gonna find them.
Right. No facts.
You must not value the information. Why do my clones got followers in the thousands? Why don't my clone pages? So it's like, again, discernment and discretion. We have to, or we fall in for the traps. These are just them gauging how smart these smart people really are. Like, no, you have to look both ways before you cross. Same way you got to look before you follow. Or press that button. It's like, come on. We don't do sweepstakes for $10,000. Don't fall for that. Who does that? I sell products.
I'm not giving out I'm not giving out the Xbox, my niggas. That's not me.
We ain't giving the Xbox.
Clone.
How my clone pages got more donations than my real one?
Ain't that some crazy shit?
Yeah. Y'all out here
wild. They won't blame me for it. I'm like, God damn. Again, they're getting people, right? Look, comfort and convenience led to the dumbing of the genius. Okay? Comfort and convenience led to the dumbing of the genius, right? They are playing you for a fool by dangling the comfort. The fact that you type in BLUE and then all of these fake pages come up, they're going to go with the comfort and the convenience of saying, I'm going to follow the first one. God damn, type the whole name out. If you really want to look for me, the real me. So I'm still on IG. Don't matter if I'm shadow banned or not, right? They can't stand the light. So they won't put me in the shadow, but you can't shadow ban the shadow boss.
Talk about it.
Okay. Shadow boss. Woo!
Talk about it.
So I needed to break, get my thing together. Convos with the Cosmos is coming, right? Shout out to Akibalon 44. It's the heat. Okay? Yeah. It is the oh man, it's crazy. I
can't wait to get that blue. The convos with the Cosmos. That's gonna be fire.
It will reset how books are done on the planet, not just this community. It's the reset. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna speak too much on it.
Yeah. But hey, I want to thank we get out of here, family. Once again, man.
Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm working on
What you got there, Red? Before we get, what you got?
This is the Facts Initiative. I'm finally put it into book form. Okay. I'm working on a white paper, but I was told by some very smart people that was advising me that I need to put it in a book form so it could live after I leave this planet. It could live longer than I do. And I'm also looking to develop a DApp. So I'm looking for some developers out there. But yeah, man, books of the future. I mean, it's been what it is, but you know, I'm looking forward to Blue Pill's book. I'm definitely, you know, anything that KT puts out, you know what I mean? Anything that he puts out literature wise, I'm gonna eat that up. But I'm really diving into this right here. It is solution based. The vision that I had a few years ago for food, art, clothing, technology, and shelter, we are in that time now. So it's right on time. The time is now. I'm pouring out a lot of information, and it's going to be beneficial to everybody that's looking for some solutions.
Yeah. So that part, you know, I also want to repeat goldwater.com. All right, get the gold, get the silver, get the sea moss, you know, Goldie Bears, Smart Moss, all of that. And again, we have a silver ion mask that we sold out. So we're gonna reissue it once we re-up, maybe towards like the middle of the week or what have you. Also, Altar Candy. It's a spiritual marketplace that I do every fourth Sunday here in Atlanta with 3 other beautiful, people as well. We're gonna be having Mama Pill as the featured speaker on the next one. So this is next Sunday, August 22nd, here in Atlanta from the hours of 3 to 7. We'll be doing Altar Candy. You can go to altarcandy.eventbrite, get your tickets and come through, or go to the Altar Candy on Instagram and find out more information. But they've been asking me when I was gonna bring Brother Rich down. I said, we're gonna make that happen.
We're gonna make
Rich
it.
in the
We're
building.
gonna make it.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, Goldwater, Altar Candy, and again, family, I love you. One of my main downloads that I got from this past retreat, because it's another things taking place. So many people are looking for community. So these cliques, these groupings, you know, all of this stuff that people are running to one another. And you know, there's a lot of that going on right now. You know, the download was like, before there's us, before there's US, before there's us, there has to be you. There could be no us until there's a you, right? So make sure that you are doing the work on you first, right? You can't bring all of these broken pieces to the table and expect to put together, you know what I'm saying? Like all of these different shards of glass, you think you're going to recreate a mirror or what have you. No. You got to work on you, family. This is the time to go inward. We're heading towards leaving out of the summer months. We're going into fall. This is going to be a make it or break it for humanity leading into fall and winter. And I'm not blowing the trumpets of doom and gloom. I'm just saying, right? If I left out of where I traveled to in every airport that I left, and it was 6 of them in total, there was a cough conundrum going on. And the conundrum of it is that what? I've been saying since last year, I was like, yo, they're going to criminalize the cough. But coughing is your body's natural process to open up the airway of your lungs, you know what I'm saying, to get more lungs in. But now we looking at people suspect, like, yo,
you
but
can get
when
duffed out.
everybody's coughing, the pilot, the TSA, and all of the passengers, you feel me? And it's summertime, and vitamin D is supposed to be at its highest. There's something coming, you feel me? And it's not going to be cute. But you also got to ask yourself, would we rather go through natural immunity versus herd immunity? What's natural immunity? Did you get the bug and you go through it and you develop antibodies versus getting that juice? And Lord knows, you know what I'm saying, what's coming from that. So family, prioritize you right now in these days and time. You feel me? Use shadow banning to work on your shadow self, and then you can come back as the shadow boss as well.
Yeah, like you don't have to be at the Rolling Loud festivals this time around this summer. You don't got to be all, you know. I mean, I know everybody want to be outside to get their Casamigos and turn up and spend their PPP money, but you know, sit this one out. That's what the spirit is telling me. You know, you could be missed a little bit. Sit this one out. Work on you. Work on, you know, spend some quality time with the family and with the loved ones. You know, work on some creations. There's so much content to create because
listen, Red, I don't mean to cut you off. Even the most spiritual people can sit this one out because there's so much there's downloads that's coming now in 2021 that have not come in the last 20 years.
Facts.
I remember for the last 20 years, there's shit that hasn't. You could have done the same meditation for the last 20 years and you do it now and you get much more results now than you did 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The answers are coming right now.
Because the veil has been lifted.
It's lifted.
The veil has been lifted.
The shit is coming through right now, bro.
The fact that you see so many people leaving this planet every day on the gram.
Yo.
It's so much RIPs. So the veils are lifted, the gates. Unexpected. I'm talking about young people and all of that. So when you see that taking place in society, you have to understand and understand that the veils are, there's something is open, the portals are opened up, but along with people leaving, there's also something coming in. So I don't know if you'll be able to receive if you're not in an environment that is more conducive to receive information that's retrofitted for you personally. I don't need to see I don't need to be amongst 100,000 people to watch niggas lip sync on stage right now. Well, I could watch that online. You know what I mean? I'm kind of good on that. You feel me?
Thanks.
I don't want to rub shoulders with people that are not A-alikes. The next time I pop out, I'm going to be amongst A-alikes, and it's going to be solution-based. All of that shit that we were doing the festivals, that shit is done. It's over. It died in 2020. We're in a new paradigm. We're in a new paradigm. This is year one. We're in a new paradigm. We have to move differently.
Nigga said year one.
It is. We got to move accordingly.
We need year one.
Yeah, we need new festivals.
You heard that, baby? I'm talking to my girl. My girl's down here now. We in year one, baby.
Yeah.
So shout out to my girl. My girl's down here.
Shout out to wifey. Salute.
Shout out to wifey. Yes, indeed.
Year one, March 13th, 2020. That's when the shit switched.
She was mad at me 2 days ago, y'all.
I mean, that happens.
I ain't gonna say what.
It happens. You know
that happens, man.
You know, I'm gonna tell you.
That's the beauty of it, man.
She wants baby number 2. That's why.
That's a conversation that a lot of people are having. Yo, let's have a round circle. Dead ass. Let's have a round circle. Dead ass.
Yeah, we need to have.
That's important. Because this is the pact that I'm willing to have. Right. This is the
came up. Yeah, like
this is the conversation that I would love to entertain, because that conversation, the men in the families, we have to have a pact now. We have because, to be honest with you, you know, there's a reason why a lot of the wizards are saying things like that, because there's certain star seeds that want to come back. They need to come here and whatnot. So it's something that's I promise you. I promise you.
Red pill is on your side, baby.
No, I heard this conversation multiple times. Right? But we have to have a conversation. We have to have a pact. We have to create an environment where it is conducive for these star seeds to come into this reality.
That's facts.
Yeah, man.
No, that's facts. That's facts, right? That's all facts. We gotta have.
It's not isolated, though. I just want to let you know, Father Rich, that's not an isolated conversation.
It's something that's being had over collectively. It's being had.
It is. It's something going on. Like there's an urgent that, you know, the ancestors are knocking at our doors right now. They want to come through. My son Omari, he's one and change. He's a fucking ancestor, bro. He came April 2nd, 2020. He came up in this bitch like, fuck is go. Yeah, he came in year 0. He came up in this bitch like, what's popping? He slid in this thing like what's popping, 2 guns up, like the locks, my nigga, like Sheik Luch. He's an Aries. He came up in this bitch like Sheik Luch.
He was like, he's a dick. She's
Right.
pussy, y'all niggas.
Yeah, y'all acquainted. Yo, his aggression. That's why I be like, yo, how can they talk about gender fluidity? My son knows he's a fucking man right now.
Right now.
When he was 1 day old, he knew he was a man. He moved like a real, he moved like an actual male.
You do.
Damn children ain't confused.
He's a short man.
You don't have to tell nobody. You don't got to tell these seeds who the hell they are. What the hell is going on? What I want to see. Yo, shout out to Ice-T and Coco.
Hey, we gotta get out of here on that note.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Get out of here on that note. Oh man, I gotta go on that. And the whole bathing shit, because we talked about the Moors earlier.
Yeah,
we talked about the Moors, so we not
that's another show. We got
that's a whole nother show about the Moors and bathing the Europeans. That's a whole nother show. We ain't gonna even get on that. That's another hour. What we got?
We got 3. We gotta go.
We had 130. We got 2,200 people in here. We get out of here, family. Listen,
we did it.
We classic show, one of the best. Just download the show, have it in your archive. Brother Rich, Red Pill, Blue Pill, KTL Media, UGR. We out of here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Peace.